This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
There's one thing that will forever change the way you sleep, and it's the softest 100% organic cotton bedding from Boll & Branch. You'll fall asleep faster, wrapped in the most luxurious comfort. You'll never sleep hot again with airy blankets, cloud-like duvets, and breathable sheets. You'll experience pure comfort on night one and feel your bedding get softer with every wash. Discover the difference with 15% off your first order at bollandbranch.com with code CUMULUS. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
There's no stopping it.
Okay, gang. We're all on for 4 o'clock on Tuesday.
There's no hiding from it.
I'll have Sarah send out an email.
There's no way out.
Okay. Hey, can I get anybody anything to drink? Some coffee, diet Snapple, or how about some bottled water?
It's the haunted meeting.
All right, people. Hey, I know you're all busy, so thanks for taking the time. Hey, we need to be proactive and think outside the box 24/7 to achieve synergy. Touch base, talk the talk. Okay? Cell phones off, everybody.
It's the haunted meeting. And if all that envelope stretching, no I in team, bottom line babble ain't enough to petrify ya, get ready for the most frightening and terrifying meeting moment yet.
Okay, gang, let's bring in Jason. Fire up that PowerPoint.
The haunted meeting.
Okay, now let's take a look-see here at some pie chart slides. Now let's translate that into bar graphs.
The haunted meeting. But that's not all. Here's something you didn't expect, and you may not survive at all.
People, while we're brainstorming here, what do you say we conference in the LA office?
A meeting and a conference call. That's like 2 meetings in one. The haunted meeting.
Well, anyone? Come on, people, let's hear it. Remember what I always say, in a brainstorm, there's no such thing as a bad idea.
Bullcrap! A bad idea is a bad idea, and you'll forever be remembered and humiliated for it. It's the haunted meeting.
And if we all get on the same page here, people, we won't just make this a win-win, but we can have ourselves a win-win-win.
The haunted meeting.
Okay, while we're all looking over the agenda, what do you say we have Betty bring in the deli tray?
Well, there's a lot of screaming in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Scary.
Wow. Holy hell. Hey. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, thank you for your service. Appreciate it.
I never serve time.
Are you dressed up like Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH this morning?
Yeah, that's it.
You got that camo look, yeah.
You can't see me.
Well, if we were out in the
I'm
jungle,
camouflage.
possibly. Christy's at the Silac News Desk.
I saw a camo boat over the weekend with a camo engine.
Yeah.
Why do fishermen need to be camoed?
They're probably duck hunters.
Oh.
And they go and find their blinds and post up.
Hey, don't sleep on those fish. They can see.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Good point.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Jump up and
Ace Cosby.
I've never seen that before.
we have not heard from Mr. Josh.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
I had a little chat with him.
How did he do in his fishing thing?
Well, as of Saturday, his largest fish was 2 pounds 8 ounces, which is that's not gonna win.
Not going to win anything.
Okay.
But who knows what happened yesterday?
It's the
He could have caught
competition.
the $100,000 bass.
That's right. Just one. That's all it takes, Tom. Just one.
You don't think he would have let us know?
It's Josh. Probably not.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You're right.
If I did something like that, I wouldn't call you.
You wouldn't?
Hell no. It's my business. Stay out of my business. Don't you spend enough time in my business in this place? Yes.
I don't care. But now
There
Josh's
you go.
business. What would a likely winner be in one of these bass competitions?
For the large bass, well, on the bass competition, what they do is like you turn in your either 3 or 5 best fish, and they weigh them, together.
Oh.
So, but the big bass, maybe 7-8 pounds.
Whoa.
Will take
All
home
right.
100,000.
Okay.
That's a big
Depending
that's a
on
big
where
fish.
you are in the country,
So-
they have different.
So these bass aren't the size of like a golden retriever, right? I mean, these are just fish.
No, it's not like a catfish.
But they
All right.
and they use. I heard him say you have to take a lie detector test.
Yeah, at the end to make sure you didn't cheat. And
So they don't want someone raising a bass for 20 years and then
Exactly.
sticking on a hook. And
there's been people who've like taken cages with fish and sunk them.
Sure.
And then they'll raise them up and take the fish out. And
I think they also work with a scuba diver or
Yeah.
something
Oh.
to coordinate all that.
yeah, they've done it all.
Yeah.
well, the show Bad Monkey
Yeah.
that's on right now. There's a thing about a guy rigging a fishing line, and that apparently is based on a actual events that occurred in which suckers were going out into Florida fishing, and someone would attach a sailfish that had been dead that was in a refrigerator down below, stick it on a hook, throw it in, and have the guy reel it in, and
Wouldn't surprise me.
yeah.
$100,000. People do a lot for that.
Well, I mean, some of the top fishing teams
Yes.
earn millions every year.
Really?
Yeah, it's $1 million sport. There is a lot to be lost.
Well, they've
and
got
won.
sponsorship and everything.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they X-ray him or something.
Yeah.
Because
They run metal detectors
Oh,
over
because
them.
they had weights in them.
Yeah.
the
remember?
one in Cleveland.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part of this. And didn't they just add like fish meat?
Yeah.
They stuffed it
Fillets.
into the fish.
Yeah, they went to the freezer aisle and grabbed some
I'll
gourd
tell you
meat.
what, they'll never catch on. They'll look inside, it's all fish meat. Well, they don't know. Yeah.
They're
Already
carnivores.
filleted. Yeah. I'd eat a lot more fish if they came with fillets already in them.
No
That I
joke.
didn't
That'd
have
be
to.
great.
As a kid, I hated fish sticks.
Oh, yeah?
hated.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Really?
But I want more breading than fish.
Yeah. I like the bread.
I like the Gordon's fish sticks.
Yeah, I'm with
That-
I
no?
probably should try them
You don't
again.
like that, Brady?
Mrs. Paul's.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, they're
I'll
fine.
die on that hill. Mrs. Paul's, baby.
I like Gordon's.
But I will say
exciting.
that my favorite thing at McDonald's is the fish sandwich. So
That's pretty good.
Go figure.
Oh, I saw the chicken Big Mac yesterday when I was.
Is it out?
It's gorgeous.
Yes,
It's gorgeous.
It's out. It's grilled chicken.
I got wrapped up in football yesterday and forgot to order it. But
yeah, it was on the board.
absolutely gorgeous, Tom. So you got your Big Mac ingredients instead of a
Oh, I understand
beef.
what it.
Yeah, chicken.
I'm a big chicken eater.
Oh yeah.
Coming up, speaking of eating, we have a animal on its way to the slaughter that didn't make it. No, it's good news.
So is it? So they're going to let it, because it escaped. There was an issue.
There's
an unspoken law that he can live. He can be turned out to stud, right?
I'm not sure how studly it'll be. We'll find out. But it's kind of a happy ending. Great dog story coming up today. Just a beautiful dog story. Saw a bunch of great dogs over
A lost dog come back to its family after years.
No,
One of
much
those?
better than that.
You saw a lot of dogs over the weekend.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
You
Just
go to a
walk
dog
in the
parade?
No, I was just
Went to the kennel.
around.
Did they have that dog parade again over there in your neighborhood? The big old dog parade? No. Okay.
Just walking around, saw dogs.
Saw a couple of really exotic dogs.
Exotic dogs.
Okay, like what is exotic?
This guy had like a 60-pound, blue-eyed, beautiful coat. It was some
Husky?
kind of. It's like a Louisiana hunting dog.
Oh,
okay.
like a blue,
Not-
blue
not-
tick hound.
Not
or something?
AKC. Those AKC breeds. Some of them are so weird and dumb. But this
I
is,
beg your pardon.
they have dogs no one has.
Yeah, but you have a golden retriever. That's an AKC brand.
Yes, and if there's any dogs owners in this room who had dogs are certified and blue ribboned out the ass.
Oh,
It's
I got
your
it.
dog.
Yeah. No joke.
One of my dogs coming out of its ass, he had a triple deuce, very rare performance.
Triple?
Yesterday morning, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means I had. Here's what it means.
Bloop, bloop.
It means you only had two bags with you.
You're close. Now, I want you to do the math with me on this one.
Okay.
At this particular journey, I had 2 of my dogs.
Okay.
And I had 4 bags. And the little guy did a double.
All right, so you got 2 left.
So I've got 2 left. And then the other one, Miss Hattie, did a triple. Pitch black, 6:30 in the morning on Sunday. So then I had to remember where it was.
Can you give yourself a break?
And go back to this guy's yard to find it.
See?
And I've got my hat on with the light. I can't find it, so I waited till daylight and went back later and
Do you want me to be honest
found the
about
offending
this,
pile.
or do you want
I
me
know
to
what
lie
you're going to
about
say
it?
because I would do the same thing.
I'm leaving that crap
Me
there.
too.
Good
No.
luck. It's good for your
Yeah.
lawn, sir.
No.
Don't hassle me, man. I'm going home.
But a triple and substantial. I mean, it looked like a.
Where do you feed those dogs?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This one looked like a Dairy Queen.
Is that the one that was sick last
Yes.
week?
Yeah.
No, I've
there
done
you
where
go.
you have to tie. I always tie off right above it,
Yeah.
and then if there's another one, then you add to that, and then
Oh,
tie off
okay.
right above
There's not
it.
enough room.
You got to work at it. I mean, it's not ideal, but
Because I mean,
it's
you're going to
done.
get. Because once you've tied it off, you can't. Because you put it on your hand. And, yeah,
No, I know.
I'm
I
from
know
now
the
on. I'm
move.
taking 5 bags. That's all.
Well,
there
you
is to
guys
it.
both know that I've started picking my dog when they go to the bathroom. I'm right there by their anus as it comes
Holding
out.
it?
I catch it right in the bag,
Yeah?
Tom. Mm-hmm. Mostly with this hand.
You don't use a mitt.
No, you open your bag and I've got
Stick
the
it right
gallon.
up at the butt?
I've got the gallon Ziploc bags.
Oh, yes.
And it just plops right in there, man.
Keep adding to it till it's full.
Yeah,
you could add one of those.
I leave it on the kitchen sink until it's full.
You could
don't
add a
put it in the
bag to
fridge?
one of those long poker stick things, and you could hold it out
No,
underneath.
that's no fun.
Okay. Well, we can move on.
The
Here.
Golden's on to me. She knows what I'm doing already.
You want to feel the humidity coming off that.
All I was saying was we had we have a really happy Lassie-like dog story coming up.
Yes, we do.
What's the deal when they stare at you? Your dog stares at you when they do the pedal on the butt across the carpet. You know how they pedal across the butt and wipe their ass on your carpet?
Yes.
They just stare at you.
It's staring at you saying, I have worms. Please do something about
It's
it.
personal, right? In that case?
Or what's that gland? Anal gland is.
Yeah.
Your glands.
Needs,
Their anal glands need
Could you
expressed.
express me, please?
I'd like an espresso.
I don't think.
Wait a minute. Could we move
not
on?
set up
I'm
for
so
that.
sorry.
Okay.
Coming up, we have some fascinating things in the world of sports.
Okay, we got Major League Baseball playoffs. We got another weekend of the NFL, and I went crazy over the weekend. I
picked them all.
I picked all the games on Sunday.
We'll find out. We'll find out how it came out. Right now,
yeah.
the survey says more than 60% of Americans over 50 are getting worried about having enough money when they retire. So, anybody here want more to worry about in life?
No,
No.
God, thanks.
Yeah, here
No,
you go.
thanks.
Well, maybe you can take some of those concerns away by checking out something called an annuity. What it's all about is having that check come every month after you've retired. And Silac Insurance Annuity Experts. So see what I'm talking about and see if you qualify by checking out Silac by going to silacins.com. That's SILAC. Or you can just go to bobandtom.com where we have the famous Chick McGee video talking about Silac and get you hooked up just to get some information. Restrictions apply. Find out if you qualify. Once again, that nice check coming to your bank account each month because Uncle Sam and Social Security probably won't cut it. And this is assuming it's still even there in 10 years. And not to mention the fact that you're typically, most of our jobs, we don't get a nice gold watch. And, we're going to keep paying you because we liked you so much all those years. Nope. Those days are gone. Find out about annuities. Silac, SILACINS.com. And we're happy to say that Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance Company News Desk. Mr. McGee at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. Coming up, interesting sporting news, a review of a couple of things from last week.
Naked NFL players, NFL referee doesn't know what sport he's officiating. It's all happening, Tom.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, good
He's
to know.
confused.
We have modern art in the news, raccoons gone wild, and Vanderbilt students gone wild. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here. Christy, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby, I'm Chick McGee at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. Remember, get rid of that toilet paper. Dump that roll. Wet cleans better than dry. That's just good science. Try Dude Wipes for the best clean, pants down. Josh finally quit the show. We wish him well. And,
no, he's fishing. He's in a fishing tournament.
Oh!
On his way back, he'll be.
I was way off. I'm sorry. My fault.
We'll certainly look forward to seeing Josh, see how he did in his fishing tournament. Thank you very much. A couple quick things. Speaking of Josh, coming up Friday night, October 25th, at the Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort Event Center, right near Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in Larchwood, Iowa. It's going to be a special comedy show with Pat Godwin, Al Jackson, Mr. Jeff Oskey, who's right over there.
That's right.
Good morning, Jeff. And Josh Arnold as your host.
Ho!
Ticket information, GrandFallsCasinoResort.com.
If I was Josh, I'd get a desk, set it up on stage, and try to do the Johnny Carson thing. He'd come out and do his monologue and then introduce you guys.
And just sit there watching?
Just sit there and just laugh and applaud an incredible performance, Mr. Oskey, just like a Johnny would. What do you think?
Fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
It'd be distracting, having him sitting up there the whole time. But that's not what he's going to do. He'll just be hosting and on and off the stage. Should be a fun show. So once again, ticket information, GrandFallsCasinoResort.com. A couple quick sports things before we do our review.
Couple quick. You want to do that and then do the review?
Just a couple quickies. I know you've got a couple things you're itching to get to.
No, that's
Okay.
not the case
Really?
at all. Sunday Night Football, Dakota Prescott hit Jalen Tolbert with a 4-yard touchdown pass. 20 seconds remaining.
What?
And the Dallas Cowboys slipped past the Steelers, or as I call them, the Pittsburgh Feelers, 20-17.
Classic.
It's a classic. The Cowboys now 3-2 on their second straight after Prescott overcame a mistake-filled night to lead a 70-yard drive. Ended with Prescott finding a lunging Tolbert just across the goal line on 4th down. Somebody at AP wants to be a novelist. A lunging, sweaty Tolbert.
It was a cool night. I wore a light coat.
It's happening a lot. I have a feeling it's that Mr. AI guy.
Well,
Yeah.
I can write a bad novel just like AI can. Hey, and we've got an update real quick on, we have referees. Referees making mistakes like this guy. Here we go.
Intentional grounding, offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm talking to America here.
I love
He's
it.
talking to America. And then this other ref.
Foul number 99 of the defense. After he tackled the quarterback, he's giving them business down there.
That's great. Giving him the business.
Plain
down
spoken.
there.
I like that guy.
And this NFL ref from yesterday's Texans-Bills game wasn't sure which sport he was officiating.
After crew discussion, the runner was out of bounds before he fumbled the basketball. The ball be placed at the 39-yard line.
The basketball? He fumbled the basketball?
It's like that commercial where they're playing football.
Yeah. Oh, football.
Football.
Yeah. You know, Jaden Daniels, quarterback for Washington. I don't know if you heard about this kid. He warms up with a basketball. He prefers to mess around with the basketball. That's what he does.
Interesting.
And I say,
Really? Does he
just go right ahead
on the sideline passing it?
Yeah, he shoots it up and walks around the field and plays with his basketball. He always has to have his basketball. I don't know.
That's
I ain't complaining.
interesting.
New number.
Be weird if it was a javelin or something odd. Hey, don't get to the 30-yard line. Guy got speared last week.
You know, it'd be really weird if it was a tuna sandwich. How about that?
Javelin funnier, though. Potential death.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Chick, if he walked around the field hacky-sacking, would you still be on his side?
He can do anything he wants.
As
at
long
this
as
point,
he's...
At this point in the season, he can do anything he wants.
Okay.
New top 10 in college football: Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Georgia. That's your first 5. Then Miami, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Clemson. That rounds out the top 10.
We got some college football news coming up, but right now
More
it's time to
sports
review
coming up.
a couple of interesting things that happened last week on our show.
Well,
interestingly enough, Chick and Pat Godwin are considering...
Wait a minute. Time now for things we learned.
Okay, thank you, Rich.
Here's Tom.
Chick and Pat Godwin both thinking of taking up smoking at an advanced age.
I think so. Advanced age? You're older than both of us. What the hell's wrong with you? Boy, you were just above everything, aren't you?
Well, people don't take up smoking with certain exceptions. Our friend John Fox took up smoking.
How'd that end up for him?
Not well.
No, it didn't.
But he took up smoking when he was, 50?
Yeah, and then passed away, 5 years later?
Well.
Don't do that.
Yeah. In any event, you
Don't
guys
do
were
that,
talking
Chick.
about that.
We're talking about it.
Because you wanted to look cooler?
We like the way it looks.
Okay,
And I might get a cigarette holder.
Oh,
One of those
yeah,
really long
yeah.
ones.
Well, you don't see that much.
No, you don't.
A penguin.
Ascot.
I think
the
you're
long
more of a
thing.
pipe guy, though.
I do like a pipe.
You look like a
You
pipe guy.
You don't see that
I
anymore
wanted
either.
to get
No.
some new headshots taken with the pipe.
There was a time when some of the hipster kids were doing pipes, but I don't see that anymore.
And not just any pipe. The pipe that Christoph Waltz uses in Glorious Bastards. The Sherlock Holmes
Yes.
pipe. The Meerschaum or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Well, speaking of John Fox, I had a request for a little something since it was 10-4 last week, in honor of some truckers. One of the truckers wanted to hear this classic, which kind of ties into some news we had anyway. This is a little short something from the greatest joke teller of all time, John Fox.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. So he's working his cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. Mm-hmm. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. Mm-hmm. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. Mm-hmm. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the boat? You see?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, what else did we learn last week?
What else did we learn, Tom?
This is my favorite. Do you still have the Japanese play-by-play?
I don't.
Okay, this was. I didn't realize that we've, of course, on occasion heard Japanese voices covering the NFL, a lot of baseball coverage, of course.
Sure.
Being satellite back. What's that the word?
Satellited
back
like
to
that.
Japan.
Satellite?
Do we need a past tense of satellite?
Satellited?
I guess we might.
Broadcast. You know what I'm saying.
Sent.
It's always just fun.
All right.
And you had some of Alabama versus Georgia. If we could dig that up somewhere, I think it was absolutely classic. And I believe this is not it. Okay, good. We had a lady who had twins born from separate uteruses.
I got to thinking about this, and it really freaked me out more than it's not. That shouldn't. They should fill that other hole in, I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Fill it in.
Hear me out.
Okay.
This isn't what you're supposed to be
plaster
doing.
of Paris? Is that what you want to stick up there?
Maybe some sort of goo.
Yeah, just cap it off.
Cap it off, just like an oil well. She can't be using both uteri.
This woman, fortunately, had two successful pregnancies simultaneously.
Is she dealing with 2 a month? Like two
Probably,
periods
yeah.
a month?
I would think, yes.
I don't.
gosh.
Well, you would think they
Yeah,
would
because
sync
they have
up.
to slot the uterine lining
But
has to all come off.
would they be in sync? And
Probably.
don't you get in sync with your fellow office
I'm
workers?
sure they're probably
I would think
in
if you're in the
sync.
same body, they'd probably.
Absolutely.
But it's still only a one tampon operation.
Right. Boy, she's going to have to use the super.
Because she was there was only one front naughty, if
Yes.
you will.
There's one exit.
But there's double the volume,
yeah.
so I would imagine she'd have to go with a bigger tampon or whatever she's using.
Would there be double the volume?
Well, yeah,
there's two uteruses,
That's
so
where the
that's
uterus-
double
Are
the
they
lining.
of equal size?
The sloughing come out. What a great question.
Are they the same size? They held babies, so.
Well, first of all, it's a potential space. You realize that, right? It's not actually space.
Okay. In any event, but it's also possible that not in her case, I'm sure. But I mean, you could have
Two babies from two dads.
Yes, they could be from two dads.
Right.
This is a sitcom that Ace would watch. My Two Dads. And
Been done.
And it's two different guys, but just one woman. And their babies were both born at the same time.
And I would have one clearly a different heritage racially.
Yes.
Of course you would.
Possibly a white guy and a black guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brown.
Could be brown.
Asian.
Caramel.
Different ethnic
whatever.
heritage.
Yes.
Be fun.
Fun is what it'd be.
Sure. First of all, great for casting. You automatically you're going to have a nice, ethnically diverse cast. That'll please everybody.
Oh, boy.
Did we determine if it's uteruses or uteri?
I'm pretty sure it's uteri.
And they were born on a 2 for Tuesday, so
there you go.
Thanks to all the stations doing that.
Am I the only one who really doesn't get that excited about 2 for Tuesday? They really push it sometimes.
I love it.
It's like,
It's great.
It's okay.
Except there are certain artists that there just never was a second one.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean,
So they have to really dig,
You know, Ace, I know
dig
you
deep.
used to have to program 2 for Tuesdays, and there's some.
he
little-
let the cards do it. He didn't do anything like that. He set up
I
the
took
cards.
great pride in my 2 for Tuesday.
Who was what band can you think of that only had a 1 for Tuesday?
Then we wouldn't play them.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't.
Why would you play a 1 for Tuesday?
You wouldn't fudge
I
it.
mean, like
You could play Derek and the Dominoes and Clapton together.
what
Okay.
about Hocus by Focus or whatever?
Yeah, there you go.
That's
That's a
only
great
one-
song.
That's only one hit, right? Or did you go deep cuts on Focus?
We wouldn't play a one-hit wonder.
So they were discriminated against. They're anti-Tuesday.
Well,
Take that person. Okay, here's the Japanese call, by the way.
okay.
This is what is this? Alabama.
Alabama, Georgia could be the greatest. This is the winning touchdown by a 17-year-old kid, Williams. I forget his first name.
Okay, here we
He's
go.
a true freshman.
Now I could swear he just said "caca." Did anybody else hear that?
Yes, Kaka is that translated as football.
Okay, here we go. Now, years ago in this show, this would lead into our Godzilla hunk.
Yeah, years ago.
But I don't know why that was considered offensive by some.
I don't
because
know
if you
why.
watch the Godzilla movies, that's exactly what happens when the monster comes out.
I
They're
don't
screaming.
know why you felt compelled to mention it.
Because I'm tired of political correctness, and I think it's important that we bring that bit back. I always loved that.
You'll be at the Ramrod that project. We'll all come back. Good
And
job.
these guys are going nuts at the end. It's great.
Yeah, they're excited.
Yeah, having fun. It's I think it's cool.
Why
thing.
are they watching our football? That's our football.
We're not
Go
watching.
have your own football.
You don't see us watching their sumo.
Exactly.
What about that?
No, that's interesting. I mean, I can understand. Obviously, baseball makes
They don't
sense.
play football in Japan, do they?
I didn't think so.
I don't know.
I don't
That's a
know.
good
They
point.
don't seem like a culture that would want to hit each other.
Are you kidding? You got your sumo.
You're
You got your
scoring.
judo.
Well,
you-
sumo, they don't hit.
Yeah,
they
but you
just,
score a touchdown, you have to bow and stuff.
Yeah, they're very respectful of each other. Maybe it's flag football there.
Yeah, the larger point is, I'm not sure why they're broadcasting that, but more power to them. Have fun, and just the energy. I love. You know me. I like a homer, a guy that or a lady, whatever. When they're broadcasting the game, they really get into it.
Sure.
Yeah, but don't you?
It's some excitement.
Wouldn't you agree that's too much? What we're hearing?
No,
Yes, it's too much.
the world needs more
Too much.
excitement.
Turn it down. Somewhere between Al Michaels and this.
Boy, he was in the news over the weekend. Did you see that?
Just laying around, not saying much.
Yeah, they
you know.
were complaining about how disinterested he seems to be now.
This started last year. This started last
Whatever.
year when he was could care less who scored or when.
Yeah. His level of enthusiasm, not very.
Hey, well, now speaking of enthusiasm, I'm not sure if this went through, but you said last week that you were going to be DJing at your high school radio station
Boy,
for
did
a
I.
special alumni event.
Yeah, I did.
You did it? So you DJ'd?
Yeah, I did. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget.
Were you playing records?
I did. I played
Vinyl?
12 out of 14 songs. Vinyl. Get out of here.
Oh, it wasn't authentic then.
No. It was all in a computer, and I had to have some high school kid run the board for me because I don't know how to run the computer, but it was great.
No, that's fine. You blame your board op if something.
Yeah, we
goes
had a couple
wrong
of
there.
mistakes.
Yeah.
But
Did
it
you
wasn't
talk
my
up
fault.
the songs? Did you talk over the
I
music?
talked over the music. I have a file of it. I was going to give it to Jason on the break, and he can maybe
Oh.
cut up a little bit if
I've
you'd like
got-
to hear some of it.
I've got all the songs she played. If you
I have all the songs
care to
too,
hear
but
it.
I don't think this is in the right order.
Oh, okay.
But I did play "Stumbling In" for you, Chick.
I see that. A dedication to me.
Yeah,
to
I
Chick.
dedicated it to Chick.
That's right.
Heck yeah.
It's always a good time to hear "Stumbling In" by Susie Quattro.
Yeah, I didn't realize it came out in '78, though. I got to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I was a
Oh,
little
sure.
shocked by that.
There we go.
I did the Rolling Stones "Miss You" in honor of Pat Godwin and our Gardner Minshew songs. We talked about that a little bit.
Gardner had a rough game.
Yeah, well, this was
That's
before
not
that.
true.
This
He
was
threw-
Saturday.
It was a gorgeous pick six he threw. It was, breathtaking.
There were a number of those, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Another New York Jet, famous. Never mind. We had last week. We had a story. This is unusual. A 500-pound bomb went off at a Japanese airport that had been underground, I guess, since World War II, and apparently there are a lot of these still in various spots of the world. Munitions that didn't go off, that are buried, landmines in various places, but shut down the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll do that.
I mean, people apparently were very upset that the airport closed down, but I think it would have been impossible to land an aircraft, I'm assuming, where there's a large
Hole in the ground.
chuck hole. Yeah. And then I went for a full hour without making any references to the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s.
Yeah, one whole hour. We were very
Actually,
proud
we
of
had
you.
some people write in. Apparently, you didn't make the whole hour. They
Uh-oh.
pointed out.
What
for
did I-
you
You might have slipped one in on us.
Yeah,
Oh, did I?
we're
What was
sorry.
it? Sorry.
We're so used to it.
Okay.
But you made it almost a whole hour, so that's pretty good.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you very much.
And the important part is you tried.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good, very good. What have you got coming up in sports?
We've got, let's see, more to take a trip around the National Football League. We'll take a look at the shoe-in of the week. I picked all the games this past weekend. Major League Baseball playoffs continue. We'll talk about Vanderbilt upsetting number 1, Alabama, 40-35, and Nick Saban evidently making an awkward comment that now will live forever. And it's Daddy Sunday in the NBA.
Is it really?
They played together over the weekend.
All right.
First time ever.
Cool. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy and the importance of therapy. And BetterHelp is a way to get to the therapist via that little phone you're carrying around or your laptop or your desktop, because the therapy is done online. The way it works is you grab a little questionnaire that you'll do online, fill it out, and you can be linked at that point with some 36,000 therapists that are participating in this program. And therapy, of course, is all about finding out what's behind that mask that you're wearing and helping yourself out. And therapy isn't just for someone who's going through some horrible trauma. It can be for all of us. And find out if therapy is for you by checking out BetterHelp.com/BT Show today. That'll knock 10% off your first month. I need to make this clear. The therapy itself is then done online. So it can be done like a phone call or like a Zoom call with a camera on or just texting back and forth. It's up to you. But it's all about convenience and much easier access because you can do it in the privacy of wherever you want to be. That's the beauty of BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. And the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Therapy can be helpful for you. And it's a great thing to do to make yourself a little more comfortable with yourself this fall. Now, also coming up, we have some unusual stories, including a great happy dog story. And you got one?
A great story for you, knowing how much you like pyro drones in the news today.
I saw a great drone show over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
I want a full report when we come back.
Yes.
Don't leave out anything.
I mean, unbelievable.
I can feel your enthusiasm.
Oh, it was tremendous. This is the future of.
I bet it was.
The future of the 4th of July in places that have fire issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I love regular fireworks, but they can do anything. They can spell words. They can have a guy kick a football.
Yeah,
oh my
can.
God, it's so cool.
Damn right they can.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Whew. I just made it.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Monday Night Football game tonight. Which one is that? Chiefs and give me a minute.
I like your hat, Ace. Ace, of course, is a big Las Vegas Raiders fan. Ace, we have some Vegas news coming up for you. Not involving the Raiders, but
Chiefs hosting the Saints tonight. Just one Monday Night Football game.
Okay, very good. We have Chick McGee, of course, at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. What's happening?
NFL winners yesterday. We had an overtime game. Baltimore beating Cincinnati in overtime with a field goal, 41-38. Also winning from London. Minnesota beat the Jets 23-17. And Aaron Rodgers did not look correct. There's something
he got hit pretty hard, down on his leg weird.
It's this reporter's opinion that there's something going on there. Or it could be he's 40 and he's trying to come back from an injury.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. Chicago, Houston, Jacksonville, Miami, Washington, Arizona, Denver, Green Bay, and the Giants all win yesterday. And this happened in the Houston-Buffalo game yesterday.
After crew discussion, the runner was out of bounds before he fumbled the basketball. The ball be placed at the 39-yard line.
Well, no wonder he fumbled it. They're not used to carrying basketballs.
But he made both free throws.
But he did make both free throws. That's exactly right.
So they got a quick 2 points.
Major League Baseball playoffs, Philly and San Diego win. Both those series tied at a game apiece. And WNBA, one team is already set for the finals. The New York Liberty. They took care of the Las Vegas Aces yesterday, swept them 76-62. So New York on to the finals. They'll take the winner of Connecticut and Minnesota. Tomorrow night, we'll see what happens. And as Tom has mentioned many, many times, the Vanderbilt Commodores caused a commotion at First Bank Stadium. They finally, after 40 years, beat the Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday, 40-30. So you're against Roll Tide then?
My bonus son went to Vandy, so I was very excited for him.
You're using the slang.
Yeah.
Anchor down.
Yeah.
Anchor down, Tom. 40-35 Vanderbilt wins. The first over the nation's top-ranked team, as I said, in 40 years. Fans stormed the field, tore down the goalpost, carried it out of the stadium, went 3 miles down the center of Nashville, right down Broadway, and dumped the goalpost into the Cumberland
3
River.
miles.
Yeah.
Man, that's a party.
Now, I'm not saying that I haven't been a part of some sort of drunken errand. I think we all have.
But you'd quit after, what, half a mile?
You would think.
There'd be some nice bar.
It goes from, hey, I know what we'll do. What? Let's carry the goalpost and dump it through. Okay. And then after, Tom, a mile, maybe.
Yeah, Jesus didn't take the cross 3 miles. Hey, look, Dad, give me a break here.
So good for them to sticking to it, by gosh.
They threw it in the river. Damn.
Man.
Yeah, that was quite the... and the SEC has a brand new fine, by the way. You're a Vanderbilt fan?
Well, I guess. Why?
Well, Vanderbilt owes Alabama $100,000.
Why?
For dumping the goalpost into the river.
Oh, jeez.
That's right.
You know what they were going to say? It was worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, the publicity they're getting out of this?
Heck yeah.
$100,000 for the first offense, $200,000 the second time, $500,000 for the third offense. What do you think of that, Tom?
But Christy's right, though. I mean, I think when you were a kid, there were certain colleges, the only reason you'd heard of them was because of sports.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody heard of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzaga. Would you have heard of them if it were not for basketball?
I didn't until basketball.
And this is getting them hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of publicity. So I mean, I suppose there's a downside to it, but
What's the downside? Well, they have to replace the goalpost.
Yeah, you know.
How much do those cost?
They're trying to cut down on field storming and court storming because they say it might cause injuries.
Oh, I understand what they're trying to do, but
and think about this:
it's a mob scene. The people storming the field aren't going, "Hey, this is going to cost this giant institution that I'm paying $80,000 a year to go to. It's going to cost them $100,000. So what?"
Yeah.
No, here's what you're.
They're drunk. They're having fun.
And think about the goalpost industry. They don't get a lot of calls.
Right.
So look, they actually got a gig out of this.
They're creating jobs.
Yes, they created a job.
Do you think, and I bet there is, some sort of person in charge of research and development and wear and tear on the goalpost?
I'm sure.
We can't make these built too well because they'll last forever. We don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
We need to have them buy replacements every 3 to 5 years, or we're going to go out of business.
How do they hook them up anyway?
I don't know. This is a whole industry we know nothing about.
Do you need a giant Allen wrench to get it?
No, one guy could do it in 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think you'd need
come in
specialized
pieces?
tools.
It comes in pieces. It actually comes in 8 pieces.
Does it?
Yeah. Isn't
One,
that interesting?
2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. One. The
upright.
2, 3, 4.
But the
5,
uprights are two put together, right?
That's exactly right.
They telescope.
And a lot of people,
in some schools,
common mistake,
they make them go higher.
A common mistake people make
Right.
building goalposts, they forget to put the caps on after they're in the air.
Fill it with rain.
Fill with water.
Right up there when they're up there. Yeah, you fill it. You get a goalpost full
But wouldn't
of
you
water.
have some kind of custom tool so that a guy can't come down from the stands and
Take apart your
unbolt
goalpost.
them? They're bolted down, I would assume.
Yeah, how'd they get it out
Or
of
is
the
there like a
ground?
big hole
you
in
could
the ground?
see when they tore down the goalpost, for instance, at Vanderbilt this weekend, you could see where the goalposts are put together, where there are 8 pieces. Because you start jumping up and down on them. There's
Christy,
wear
back
and
in the
tear.
day when
Yes.
the goalpost was right on the goal line and there were 2 posts in the ground.
Yeah, who thought that was ever a good idea?
Wait a
And
minute.
there was
Whoa,
something
whoa,
called
whoa.
there was the post pattern in which you would deliberately hope the guy covering you would run into the
hit the goalpost.
hit the goalpost.
It was on the ground?
You know,
Yeah.
you know how the goalpost, end zone, the goal
Yes,
line. Well,
yes.
instead of being back where the goalpost
Right.
is now, it was on the goal line.
And there were 2 of them.
Yeah.
There were 2.
It was an
When
H.
did that change?
It was a big
It
H.
H. I'm gonna say
That's a good question. Late 60s, maybe?
After young Jimmy Marshall
Yeah.
was unable to walk again
Now you
after
remember
running into it.
2 years ago.
1974 is when they
Wow.
moved.
Oh, there you go.
Man.
Tennessee beat Alabama a couple years ago, I think 2022, and they tore down the goalpost and they dumped it in a river. And Tennessee started a fund to pay the fines, and they took care of the fines.
I'll be
for
darned.
everybody. Yeah.
This is great. It says in 1974, the goalposts on the NFL field were moved from the goal line to the end line. The change had a major impact on the game, reducing the number of field goals and freezing up the end zone for passing, running, and punting while removing a safety hazard.
Oh, but it was. I mean, you would deliberately, right? You'd run
That's
a
what
pattern. You'd run a pattern so that the guy covering you would ram into the goalpost.
It's called the post pattern.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Now they call it a go pattern, I think, or something.
I had no idea.
But a lot of the players at the time, super duper. I'm not going to take advantage of this now.
If you Google this, there are pictures of guys running into it. They had it wrapped in like some kind of foam or something.
Every now and then you'll see.
That'll help.
Yeah, it'll pop up. It'll pop up on the internet. The old intro to CBS NFL Sunday, and every single highlight they show is a 15-yard penalty now, and including hitting the goalpost. And I think Gary Collins hit the Gold Coast.
University of Virginia, right?
I'm not sure, but
no,
sounds
West
right.
Virginia, right?
I don't know.
One of the two, I forget.
He played for the Browns. That's all I know. That's why I
Tight end.
mentioned him. And I think he
Had a
hit
blue
the goalpost
Corvette. I remember
once.
that.
Oh, and then it was a really big innovation in goalposts when they went to the one single bar.
Yeah.
Rather than the 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's massive improvement.
So while you're there,
technology.
Christy, what is a current the asking price for a
Oh,
quality
yeah. How much
goalpost?
does a goalpost cost?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
I'm guessing $15,000.
You know what we should do?
I was going to say $8,000.
This sounds like
You're
one
going to
of
get the
those-
one that doesn't have Bluetooth?
Oh, I didn't even
Bluetooth.
think about putting the Bluetooth in it.
I hope you guys don't think this is something that sounds like some sort of chick's harebrained scheme. But why can't we have a goalpost out in the side yard? We get a batting cage, a goalpost. We could kick field goals if we want. We could take a couple swings in the cage. We could
I can get you one for $18,000. First team All-Pro football goalpost. Then you can go all the way down.
Wait, hang on. Is that your install, or is that just they ship you the box?
I think that's just.
Well, when we come back, we'll find out more. What's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, do we have a world record, Tom? You'll have to tell me. I haven't looked.
I got one, but even by your standards, it stinks.
We'll find out.
Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Choice. Excellent choice.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
There's Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
Josh Arnold on vacation. Pat Godwin under the weather. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, I'm Chick McGee at the Dude Wife Sports Desk. And here's Tom Griswold. And oh, by the way, let's go over the shoe into the week real quick.
Okay.
It was madness yesterday. Absolute madness. I said, I'm going to pick all the games.
You had NFL fever?
And I did. And I was sitting in my chair going, I had a fan of myself going, what is this? And it's NFL fever.
That is.
I went, 6-3 on the day. And did I double shock Washington?
Oh.
I thought you
I think
made
you did.
me.
I think I forced your hand.
So
yeah.
7-3 on the weekend. And I missed Seattle, New England, the Panthers, and Pittsburgh. Missed those. The Colts +3 at Jacksonville and the Ravens -3 against Cincinnati. A blind man will tell you that both those games were pushes. And I don't know how, Jeff, how do these bookmakers and they've set the line, that's 3 points, and it ends up being 3. Yeah. How do they do that? Griswold, answer me. How do they do that?
They're very good at what they do. But congratulations on your success.
Yeah, 7-3. So now,
and a couple quick corrections.
19 and 18 on the season.
All right, a couple quick corrections here. Gary Collins, former Cleveland Brown, University of Maryland, I believe it was, and Jerry West is the West Virginia guy. And then also, we were talking about this goalpost situation.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to price a new goalpost because the one was torn down at Vanderbilt.
And Christy said $8,000, I guess.
No, 18.
$18,000.
Between 10 and 20,000, depending on where you go.
Is that installed?
That doesn't say installed.
That's just.
So I don't know.
Boy. Another $5-10,000 of install on that bad boy.
I can't imagine that.
Can't be that hard.
But somebody in this room participated in tearing down a goalpost.
Not me.
It wasn't me.
Well, I mean, it was quite a long time ago. It was my freshman year of college. I wasn't in college, but all of my friends were.
So it could have been your freshman year in college.
And you were at the game.
We were at the Purdue IU game, and Purdue won. We were at Purdue, and we all stormed the field and tore down the goalpost, which came down rather easily.
And then what did you do?
Really?
And then we
to the Wabash River?
We ran it through campus, and everyone cheered us and people would fall out and new people would join in.
No kidding.
As you ran out of energy, more people would take your spot, and we ran it through all the fountains, and I forget where it ended up, but yeah.
So how many guys at once would carry the goalpost?
Maybe
30?
20.
20 guys.
20,
okay.
30.
Okay.
But
It was not very heavy?
No, it took like 20 people to climb up and shake it, and it came down.
Whoa.
It came down rather easily. Now, technology may have updated since then.
That's
I
think it's cool. Did you see that one game where MIT, to celebrate, the guys went out and they built a goalpost?
Did they?
It's amazing. And it was a Bluetooth AI. Had everything.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. When balls would go through it, it would light up the scoreboard.
Son of a gun.
Those MIT guys are smart.
They are smart.
They know what they're doing.
Real smart.
So, new goalpost, 18K maybe?
And
that's our conclusion.
Yeah. And
but they got fined. What is it?
$100,000 they owe to Alabama because there's a rule in the SEC you don't storm the field, and they stormed the field.
And again, that's not going to stop them from storming the field.
Oh, and also Arkansas stormed the field. They beat Tennessee over there. There were 2 field stormings over the weekend. So there you go.
And then there's that hurricane coming. So
I would have liked to have been there. I love Broadway in Nashville anyway.
Yeah,
it's
I know you
great
do.
hangout. And Jack's Barbecue.
It would have been fun.
Yeah, just standing there watching the goalpost go by. Yeah!
But I'm just amazed they took it all 3 miles.
Yeah.
Because you would have bailed about what, third bar?
Let's see.
You guys are going to the river. Hey, look. Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, there's Chris Stapleton over here playing in this bar. It's a surprise concert. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Okay.
Got one of those deals. The dynamics between the media and NFL players will look different in the near future after Cincinnati Bengals center Ted Karras confirmed last week that the NFLPA plans to enact a program stopping members of the media from conducting interviews inside the team locker room. Would anyone care to guess why?
Well, because of nudity, I can guess why.
Nope, it's because of naked players.
Yeah, I've been there.
Karras is an NFLPA player rep, spoke to the media this week about the new program aimed at, quote, the sanctity of the locker room. Yeah, I think that would be a big deal anyway. And
yeah, that should be their private.
Yes,
right.
And they make themselves available for press conferences and everything afterwards. So why don't come in the locker room and my thing hanging out, trying to why I dropped a pass? I don't want to participate in this. Am I right, Tom?
Yeah. As long as it's the uniform rule, that's fine.
As you've let's see, as you've heard from a couple of teams now, NFLPA is going to come out with a statement, an effort to protect the sanctity of the locker room, and will conduct interviews outside of the locker room. Karras explained the basics of the program and added that it was not meant as an indictment against members of the media. We just want our privacy. And a couple of naked players, and I forget who it was, ended up being on the television.
Oh.
Bare ass naked. And a couple of children who are watching it.
Did they see butts or did they see the front?
Burst into flames and started crying. So we have to protect the kids.
Another interesting thing that's going on, this is a little bit complicated, but radio broadcasts of baseball games, for example.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to do it on delay.
Yes.
For various reasons. And so sometimes if you're at a sporting event and you want to listen to the event on the radio, it's behind the broadcast because they have to put this delay in because someone might be cursing or something.
Right.
So there's a group of blind people that are, I guess, petitioning the FCC about this because there was one guy I heard interviewed that is a big Cleveland Guardians fan, and he'll be at the game, and he hears the crowd going nuts.
The crowd goes wild.
And he's listening to, and the batter steps up to the... So if
you listen to the live play-by-play in the stadium, it'll be
delayed. Sometimes as much as 30 seconds. Which, I mean, come on.
See, now yesterday I watched the Washington game with Bram Weinstein and London Fletcher and Logan Paulson on the Washington flagship station.
So on the radio, you listen to the radio broadcast, but watch the visual.
Were they synced? The video. And after I got done, it was synced. I had to pause my video. And I synced it right up to as much as when the referee would come out and make a call, it would sync up to what I was listening to. It's glorious, Tom.
Some stadiums have put in like 1 watt transmitters, so that with a special station,
right,
that'll simultaneously broadcast the signal.
Well, they should have done that anyway, so it's not delayed. And why can't it?
But why can't it be
just
live?
Be live, yes.
Come on, grow up.
Yeah.
Who are these people? I know my son hears a curse word. Does he have a iPhone? Does he have a Galaxy? What? Guess what? At 2 taps and he's watching graphic pornography.
I don't want to hear my son expose words like poopy fart. I'm not going to do it.
Poopy fart.
It's a horrible curse word.
Yeah. I mean, we have a delay here. We call it the dump button.
Yes.
Which usually works.
And by the way,
there may have been an incident.
Yeah, might have been an incident. By the way, and I forgot what I was going to say. Crap. I hate it when that happens.
By the way, context, we were talking about delay broadcast. No cameras in the locker room.
It's gone. Gone forever.
Okay.
Hollywood star Keanu Reeves made his professional auto racing debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Saturday.
All right.
At the Toyota GR Cup, an event which saw him spin out.
Oh.
Keanu was spun into the grass, a collision on the exit of Turn 9. I've been to the Speedway. There aren't 9 turns.
It was on the road course, silly man.
There are 4. Okay. End of story. He re-entered and continued driving, signaling he was uninjured. Gave him the thumbs up, Tom. Keanu ran as high as 21st, successfully avoided the first lap crash in Turn 14, and ultimately finished in 25th place.
All right, good for him. By all accounts, he is a great guy. So,
and
lots of great movies.
He donates a lot of money to charity. You know who was head of his pit crew?
Who?
Ted.
Oh,
No kidding.
really?
From Bill and
Ted.
Isn't that interesting?
They had an excellent
Or was
motor
he-
adventure.
Or was he Ted?
I don't know.
Was Alex Winter Bill or Ted? Or I forget.
I remember the reason he crashed is he took the red pill. See, if you've seen The Matrix, he got the pill option.
LeBron and his son.
Yes, you do have the pill option.
The pill.
LeBron and his son Bronny, I call him Fredo, made NBA history. They played together for the first time during the Lakers preseason game against Pahonix. That's Phoenix to you. LeBron and Bronny are the first father and son to play in any NBA game at the same time, let alone on the same team. However, you have to think that an NBA player's son has played against him at some point. They just weren't aware of it. You know?
You mean in their backyard?
There's a lot of sons, NBA players running around this world.
That don't know that their
That
dad's
don't
an
know
NBA player?
That don't know their dad's Antonio Davis. You don't know. How many women has he impregnated?
Don't
Am I
throw
right?
me.
Don't throw him under the bus.
If a woman got impregnated by an NFL or an NBA player, they're going to know about
Maybe
it.
not. Maybe she just doesn't want anything to do with it. You don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of getting in the trash can and
Instead of
squeezing
getting all
the
that
condom,
money?
Squeezing the condom.
Yeah.
Remember that? The
yes.
memo. Did you ever hear about this? No. There was a memo from was it the NBA commissioner?
I believe so.
Warning the players that
There was a problem
to flush any condoms because there was an accusation that certain women were
going back for the goods.
Going back for the.
And this condom is worth $100 million.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Having an NBA player's baby is worth some money.
You women are the worst.
Thanks. Yeah, I would
Not
do
you.
that.
You're great, but
Oh,
the rest
okay.
of them.
Well, the guys are pretty bad, too.
Okay, well, coming up, we'll hear more about LeBron, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Biting coming up.
Right now, we're going to check in with Wilbur, see what's going on with Prize Picks.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible for all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less in their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play. You can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect. When Tua got injured, I needed one more passing touchdown, and even though he didn't get that, 2 out of 3 of my picks hit, but I still got paid out with flex play from Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code TOM and get a $50 credit instantly when you play only $5. That's code TOM on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Mr. McGee had a pretty good weekend with his picks. You'll find out more about that coming up. Got a lot of cool things going on in the news. A great dog story, a hilarious story in the world of contemporary art. And there's no biting on the pitch. There's no biting on the pitch. Rutherford, I said no biting. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
Jeff Oskey in a swell. It's not cobalt blue. What is that? It's like a denim blue.
Sure.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's Ace Cosby.
You going to talk about the hair look? He's got that kind of Superman.
You got the
little forelock.
Is it a forelock?
Not on purpose.
No, it looks good.
It just falls like
it looks kind of like Elvis there, about 58.
You know who smells? You know who smells the best in this place when I get here? Every morning, he never disappoints. Jeff Oskey.
Really?
He smells so good.
What do you? Do you have a little
beard
bit of
oil,
a little bit of a spritz,
a beard rinse, and then I do a beard oil.
I want to run my face through his hair. Is what I want to do.
Yeah,
is that bad?
Really?
Is that okay?
That's
love
fine.
is love, right?
That's
Sure. Whatever you're into,
you
dude.
go, Grinder.
Soccer.
By the way, that's an awfully aggressive name for a dating site. The gay dating site. I noticed that it's called Grinder.
Well, you would think, if anything, it would be a lesbian dating site.
Right?
Yeah, but
Not
still,
a
Right,
male dating
right.
site.
it sounds kind of hostile.
Yeah.
It's not like, hug her or hug him. It sounds like a non-consensual prison rape.
Is there a buggery? Is that a dating site?
I don't know. That doesn't
Bugger.
that doesn't really sound as inviting either. We're speaking with Mr. McGee. You'll find him, of course, across the way at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk.
There's a reason I'm a boy, because if I was set up the other way,
Yeah.
I think I'd put stuff up there. I think I would.
Oh, I totally would.
I think I would
Hey,
just
Would
see.
you really?
Ace,
I'd be such a slut.
Ace, do you have any lighter fluid so you could set him on fire so he'll stop talking?
Don't you think?
You'd be such a slut hoe.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you be
There's
curious?
a reason he made me a man, so I couldn't be the hoe I want to be.
My number one phrase, I'd go, "Want some of this?" I'd say that all the time.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I was a girl. Absolutely.
I'd be nip slipping all over the place, giving
Whoops.
people shows. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
what else is
interesting.
happening in sports?
A soccer player in the United Kingdom has been suspended for 8 games for
what?
biting his opponent.
There's no biting.
No, there's no biting in
According
soccer.
to the BBC, the incident occurred after Blackburn's Owen Beck was sent off the field for kicking Team Preston's Dwayne Holmes, sparking a massive fight between players from both teams. During the brawl, Preston North End striker Milutin Osmajic bit Beck.
Osmajic? Oh, that's the stuff you take to lose weight, right?
It's magic. Osmajic will not be
that's Ozempic.
Yeah,
oh,
close.
sorry.
unavailable until Preston's home championship game against Derby, November 23rd.
So
A meaningless date for the British. Oh, no, it'd be the 22nd, wouldn't it? My fault.
So he bit him.
He bit him.
It's a big deal. Have you seen the papers about this? Huge. I mean, I'm serious. That's they're calling it not Deflategate, but Colgate.
You
Colgate, huh?
See,
Jen, you smiled.
He bit him.
I saw you.
You're genuinely laughing at that, aren't you?
We are the champions. We are the champions.
Hey, which came first, Colgate the university or Colgate the toothpaste?
The university, I would bet.
I think the university, but
does Colgate have anything? Colgate the university have anything to do with Colgate the toothpaste?
I don't know. It's an excellent college. I know that.
That's a damn fine toothpaste too.
And I'm a big fan.
Are you?
I alternate.
No, I'm brand loyal. I don't do that.
What do you do?
Sensodyne, all the time.
That's too adult sounding.
Oh, sir.
Well, Crest as a kid.
Okay.
We're
I
a
don't know.
Crest family.
I was thinking about this the other day because I think I'm on my last tube of toothpaste, but I can't remember what brand I buy.
Really?
It's either Colgate or Crest, but I'm not sure. But I like the Aquafresh, the way it comes out in stripes.
Oh, the stripe thing?
How's that happen?
Well,
How do they make that happen?
It takes forever to get it back in the tube.
Yeah.
Is what the problem.
I would
But
think.
once they get it in there, it's okay.
Good. They got a good product.
Oh, yes, they do.
What do you use?
I think we have Colgate.
Colgate?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Do you use the same toothpaste as your girlfriend?
Yeah, we all use the same toothpaste.
Why wouldn't he?
Do you ever share toothbrush?
No.
Really?
So you and Kelly don't have the same toothpaste?
No. No.
Tom?
You wouldn't use hers or she wouldn't use yours?
I have my own little area.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So my area has my stuff. And every once in a while, I'll have to drift over there if there's something I need, but I have no idea.
You have your own area?
You have no idea what she uses.
I have my own sink, no.
Tom, take it from me. If you think back, this is how it starts, man. You got different toothpaste, then you have different bathrooms, and you have different bedrooms.
And then you have different houses.
Then you're divorced.
She has her own toothpaste. I don't know what kind it is. I'm sure she enjoys it very much.
Do you know anything about her?
Sure.
Do you know
her birthday?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know her birthday.
Do you know what color her eyes are?
Of course.
What color?
Kind of a greenish bluish.
Okay.
Watch this. Is she left or right-handed?
She's right-handed.
You think?
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
What kind of conditioner does she use in the shower?
Oh, God, I don't know. It looks like a museum in that place. There's so much stuff in there because my little girls go in there sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And they watered down my baby shampoo, which pissed me off.
Why?
Why do you use shampoo anyway? Just rinse whatever you have left out.
Because I like that that comes in the big squisher bottle.
Right, but how did they water it down?
They put water in it, and then it gets much colder on the shelf, and then it doesn't come out with. I like it to come out a big, thick, gelatinous.
Right.
We haven't been
wad.
invited to your new home, but I am assuming since it took so long to build that it's got to be pretty nice, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
So, wouldn't your kids have their own bathroom? With their own shower?
Yeah, but when you were a kid, didn't you do stuff like go sleep in
God,
your parents' bed or get in their shower?
Are you kidding? I'd get my ass beat. No. Get out of their room.
No.
Get out of my room.
Mommy and Daddy are wrestling. Get out of here. Yeah.
It's mom's shower. No.
Got there the other morning and my soap wasn't there. My bar of ivory.
Uh-huh.
Then you got to get out of the shower without killing yourself.
I'm sure there was
off.
other like bath wash or something in there, right? Shower gel?
I'm an ivory soap man. I don't want to get testicular cancer.
Oh, my Lord.
Every other product.
So you're a washcloth guy?
No.
Wait, you're just bare soap to skin?
Yes. I sometimes use a washcloth, but ivory soap, please.
You use
the bar.
Okay.
Well, you
just straight bar up the crack?
Ew.
What do you
and insert?
Oh, you topped me there.
Do you? So, do you ever lose it up in there and you have to force it out? I bet those are extra special.
Only those small shards toward the end. No.
Man.
Sometimes I'll use a washcloth. But if I do, that's right into the bin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't use it again. No. God knows where that thing's been. Don't you have one of those Luftwaffe things, Christy?
Yeah, I have one of those
It's the
things
German
on
Air Force. Lufa is what you're looking for.
I don't have a loofah, but I have a puff.
Oh.
You know, one of those hangs on the shower. And
don't you get concerned that after puffing down there, you've got ass matter
really
gestating into some kind of...
I don't stick it up my butt.
New life form.
Ass matter.
I don't know what you're doing in your shower.
The point is, I don't know if Colgate came after the university.
I would guess the university came before the toothpaste.
So
they had a really good dental school, and they came out with their own toothpaste.
I bet so.
Yeah,
that's the way I remember.
I don't know if Colgate has a dental school.
Colgate are the Raiders, by the way. They used to be the Red Raiders, but obviously things changed.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says here on the Colgate website.
Okay,
I'm trying to set up and make it look like I went to Colgate and graduated.
Well, again, it's a very fine institution. Yeah. But this took place in the UK with this giant brawl, and a guy bites another guy.
Yeah.
And we got kicked out for multiple games.
8 games. I don't know why are soccer players most often the most dramatic athletes? Aren't they when they get hurt or anything? Oh, and they flop back. Oh my God! And then they're up and fine.
The NBA's got some pretty dramatic falls.
Well. I think soccer.
I mean, that one year where Reggie Miller not only got MVP for his team, he got an Academy Award.
Yes.
Hey, don't you say a word bad about my Reggie Miller.
I love Reggie.
Oh, we forgot to play Nick Saban, who said something about Vanderbilt. You guys know who Nick Saban is.
Well, of course, he used to coach Alabama, didn't he?
Yes, he used to be the head coach of football at Alabama.
Forever.
He was the
and he invented the polio vaccine.
That's Jonas Salk.
Oh, sorry.
It's not even close to the same. What?
Anyway.
Just free associating.
Saban was talking to Pat McAfee a couple days ago,
Yeah?
and he brought up the fact Well, you'll hear what Nick says.
The only place you play in the SEC that's not hard to play is Vanderbilt. Because when you play at Vanderbilt, you have more fans there than they have. And that's no disrespect to them. It's just the truth.
Yeah, it's no disrespect. And
how'd that go, Nick?
Right after Vanderbilt beat Alabama, they played the video clip on the big screen at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that was everywhere.
Oh, that's great.
And once again, they tore the goalpost out and dragged it 3 miles.
Which we find out is not, the goalposts aren't that heavy and come down reasonably easily. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one post, right? It's
No. You got the middle post, then
right.
you got
the middle
the bar,
post is in
then
the
you
ground.
then you got the 2.
I know that. I'm not stupid.
I
The
think
middle post.
No, but if you're carrying the whole thing.
Yeah, but to get it out of the ground, there's only one post in the ground.
Now, when we did it, they climbed up on the crossbar, and we shook one side until one of the sides broke off, and that is what we ran through.
Oh,
we didn't have the whole.
Oh, you didn't take the whole thing?
No, you just had one of the upright bars.
I
And
can't
I
help-
would assume that's what they ran through as well.
I can't help but to think, but this is less. I think they took the whole goalpost.
They took the whole thing?
I'm almost
That's
certain.
even more. That's
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't.
I'm going to look and see if we can find some video on this.
And again, a new one's $18,000.
That's what Christy said.
But as Christy also indicated, they're getting a ton of great publicity out of this. So
sure,
there are young folks that have never heard of Vanderbilt. They found out what a great university it is, and
Vanderbilt owes Alabama $100,000 for tearing down the goalpost and storming the field.
that's the fine. Now, when you were a
That's the
kid,
fine.
what colleges had you heard of?
Ohio State, obviously. I grew up in Central Ohio. Actually, Purdue. There was a guy named Leroy Keys when I was a kid.
Hanratty and Seymour.
It's Notre Dame. I knew about that. Gosh, USC.
Yeah, that's the thing. UCLA, USC,
Yeah.
all these great sports. So there is something to be said. And as I said earlier,
Sure.
Gonzaga,
Michigan.
Thank you, basketball. That's how you hear about some of these universities.
Yep.
Butler University got a lot more fame. A great university when they
went to the Sweet 16,
Yeah.
all the way to the
I was wrong. I'm looking at the video. They have the entire goalpost.
thing.
The
Yeah.
right, the
They
left,
sure
the
do.
middle, and the bottom.
Yeah, they do.
That is way more
And
impressive
it looks
than
like
what we did.
they did end up pulling it back out of the river. They didn't just leave it there.
But I think the fire department pulled it out.
Right,
of the river.
exactly.
But you can see the way they're handling the goalposts. You could assume that it is not that heavy.
But removing it from the, I'm just asking, how is it affixed to the field?
It's just one pole in the ground. I don't know.
Is it in the ground, or is it bolted to a platform?
From what I can tell, it looks like they snapped it off because the metal is kind of
jagged,
creased at the bottom.
Well, as I understand it, I wanted to be an architect for 3 years.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
On certain
metal fatigue.
Metal fatigue.
You're a metallurgist.
So as I understand it, there has to be 20 feet in the ground. It has to be half of the height in the ground as tall as your structure is. That's the way I understand.
And this is why you weren't accepted at engineering school.
It might have been a third, but I like being safe.
Yeah.
I made all that up right now.
Of course you did.
So there you go. I don't know how much was in the ground, but you were saying they didn't get it out of the ground. They just broke it
broke
off.
it off.
From the looks of it.
Yeah.
I was not there.
Oh, you weren't there.
I'm sure somebody will email us that has some knowledge about goalpost.
There has to be someone listening right now who was a part of this.
Well,
they might have turned it off when you went into your rant about how deep you have to go, and they're so stupid. There's no point in even trying to educate them.
How deep you think
goalpost installer? He's kind of not busy right now.
How about a telephone pole? How much is in the ground on a telephone pole? I'm going to say at least half.
No.
Or you'd
You
have
see him laying on the ground before they
you'd
put
have
him in the ground.
And how long are they? Really long.
They're really
A half.
At least a half.
You got to dig half.
And then they fill it with cement, and then off you go.
We are so
Is that
stupid.
sports?
Or I am so stupid. That is sports, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait a minute. One more time for the Commanders. Left hand up.
No, your Commanders. What was the final on that one?
34-13. Commanders! 34-13. They took care of the
How
uninterested.
did Deshaun massage?
What the hell was
Watson do?
going on with that?
He doesn't act like he wants to play football no more.
Well,
so that's the
then
feeling
quit.
I'm getting. Yeah. The Browns,
Seriously.
Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Browns, decided to go for it on fourth down. From where I was sitting, Deshaun didn't want to participate in going for it for fourth down. He called a timeout and walked off the field.
Didn't come back?
Ergo, the Browns had to punt. Yeah. He did come back the next series, but yeah.
God.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, being member of a team.
No.
Sorry, Coach. I'm not doing it.
I'm just not feeling it, Coach. I'm
But,
really
Coach,
not
I
feeling
can't.
it. He got
Okay.
sacked 7 times. Is that a problem? Yeah, it's a problem. Okay.
Well,
I'm sure he has a guaranteed contract worth millions of dollars, right?
Yeah. As I'm speaking, they're going to have to. There's some way they can.
Doesn't he already have $80 million?
Convicted
some huge amount of money.
felony things they can get out of the contract. There are a couple.
Moral turpitude.
Any lawyer worth.
Do you ever
his-
clean paintbrushes with moral turpitude? Or do you go with latex? Just use water.
It's really the best stuff. I'm watching this goalpost thing down Broadway in Nashville from Vanderbilt when they upset Alabama, and there's got to be 20,000 people carrying this goalpost.
Great.
You
I
can't
just wanna
see
know,
the street for the
how'd
people.
they get it out of the stadium?
I know,
Like,
right?
The entrances aren't as wide as.
That's a great
They
question.
usually have a big space where they can bring trucks and stuff in.
That's true.
Oh, see, this makes me want to go to Nashville. There's Jack's barbecue. Come on, Tom.
Go
Let's
to Nashville.
There's an interactive map on Instagram I just saw, and it just shows the goalpost moving down through the map down the street into the river.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank
there
you very
you
much. What's coming up, Christy Lee? What do you got over there?
Coming up, we have pyro drones in the news. We have
That's drones that set fires?
We'll find out.
Holy hell.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool.
We have a kid with something stuck up his nose. An update on the water buffalo story. I don't know if you guys remember that back in August. There was a water buffalo that was roaming around in Des Moines. We'll talk about it.
Were the Flintstones, did they have the water buffalo men's club or something? Who was that?
They had the buffalo.
yeah,
they had
wore
the
the-
horn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, Fred and Barney were in the water
The
buffalo.
Royal Order of the Water.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they wore the big,
Sure.
big. It looked
Furry
like
thing.
English guard hats, real tall.
Yeah, the big
But they had
antlers on the
horns.
top.
Hilarious. We'll find out about all of these things when we return. And this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Wow, this house is cute. But can I really get in the game in this economy? I do have savings, and I am responsible-ish. I should bury it. I'm being wild. But what if I'm not being wild, though? Could I actually score a...
Kick off your home buying journey with Zillow's new BuyAbility tool. It makes it easy to find out what you can afford, so you can get off the bench and onto the playing field with confidence. Check your BuyAbility, only on Zillow.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Monday starts the weekend. Okay, maybe it does.
There's so much going on
Nice thought.
in sports right now. Obviously, you've got NFL action, you've got baseball playoffs, you've got WNBA action going on.
NHL season already started Friday.
And
I
then,
think.
now, what was the thing with?
Oh God, I don't know.
You were talking about Bronny and
Bronny and LeBron, they played together. Father and son played together on the Lakers. First time ever in the NBA, dad and son have played.
But was that just an exhibition game, or was that an?
It's preseason action. I guess they're counting it.
So is he going to make the team?
Is he going to make the team? Are you serious?
What a great question
Are they
to
gonna-
ask.
Are they going to go with my idea and call him Bronny James Dio?
Please don't play that.
You mean
song and quotes?
Are you deaf?
A little bit of Ronnie James Dio for you, ladies and
A
gentlemen.
little bit.
Gosh.
We interviewed him. He was a real nice guy.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Great singer.
Could he hear what you were saying, or did you have to talk loud?
Can you imagine?
I said, Ronnie, how are you today?
Can you imagine being able to sing that up like that? That's crazy.
I can't imagine people liking it, but apparently they do.
Ace, you're a fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then there we go. We do have Christy Lee. I can see her. She's right over there at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What's happening?
Officials say the planned demolition of the Tropicana Casino Hotel will include 150 pyro drones as part of the show. Phil Grucci, president of Fireworks by Grucci.
How you doing? I'm Phil Grucci.
Don't KLAS.
It's Grucci or Gucci?
Grucci, gay. It's G-R.
Grucci.
Grucci. That's Grucci in my book.
Yeah, wouldn't you call your company Grucci? Or Gucci?
That's actually 550 LED drones and 150 pyro drones, which will be used to create images in the sky above the Tropicana. There will also be pyrotechnics on the building as well as fireworks. The 7-minute show is scheduled for 2:30 a.m. this Wednesday, October 9th, and will be shown live on TV. Mr. Grucci said, I'm sorry.
I find these fascinating. You remember when the Kingdome was imploded out in Seattle? I watched that. I had it taped. I watched it a couple times. I thought it's really a science.
Well, this will be amazing.
Where to put the charges and so it is a controlled explosion.
Right.
Yeah.
The drone stuff. I saw a big drone.
You were
thing.
you teased it, but
just
you didn't.
Just amazing. It was part of a special program. Just amazing.
Well, what did they put up in the air?
Yeah, was it like fireworks? Or
Was
what?
it?
No,
What
they're
was the occasion?
a couple hundred drones up there. They're making different.
Doing what?
They can make logos. They can make words.
Yes, but what did they
you
do?
see?
Well, they did a football. They had someone kicking it.
Okay.
Still,
that helps.
This isn't very compelling, what you're
No,
telling me.
I'm just saying it was a great visual display.
Let's do it like this. Where were you that you saw the drones? Okay, you can't
tell us.
Is that right? So that's why you'd bring it up on the air.
I was just
I
talking
don't know
about
why
how
you
cool
can't
drones
tell
are.
you.
I can tell
It was a charity
local thing.
event.
You were just a turd in a hat. You know that? Walking around and talking.
But it was sponsored by an NFL team.
Yeah, it was
so,
cool. I'm just
yeah.
saying, I had no idea how it's like a marching band in the middle of the sky. They're making formations.
And you know what? They're not. There aren't any humans piloting those drones. They just enter it into the computer and
it's amazing, isn't it?
Nobody describes things like Tommy, do
I
they?
guess. If I knew a little bit more about it, maybe I'd be more amazed.
It's like a marching band in the sky.
No, it's
yes,
not.
it is. They're making formations. They're lighting up in different colors. So I'm just saying, they're probably. I guarantee.
Do they have a
that this
big takeoff and
Tropicana
landing pad for all these drones? They have to have a place where they start, right?
There was a staging area far away.
That would be cool.
I imagine they'll be spelling out Tropicana or whatever.
I'm sure.
With this thing, and
Yeah.
This should be amazing.
We'll be able to watch it on Thursday. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I'll watch it. Will you watch it? You'll
Nope.
watch it.
What are we watching? What's
the
the
Tropicana destroying
I will watch
Yeah.
it. I'll watch
I
it
want to see
explode.
pyro drones.
But there's not going to be any. The drones that are pyro drones, they're not going to be making any formations or anything. Those won't be like a marching band in the sky.
They are going to use other drones.
Because why would they? They're blowing. This isn't for entertainment. They're blowing something up.
You weren't listening to me.
no.
It's going to be a show, chick.
No, it's not going to be a show.
550 LED drones and 150 pyro drones. So, yeah.
Why are
It's
they
gonna be
doing
a
that?
show.
Because they're celebrating the
explosion of
an iconic
a piece of history in
Las Vegas landmark, the Tropicana.
That's right. And there don't know how many people won money in that.
The
started
Rat Pack.
memories. You don't know how many people are buried underneath the building.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
well, they're what are they dynamiting the place? Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
They call it imploding.
Hasn't been a bomb like that in the Tropicana since Bob Zaney played the Chuckle Hut.
Wow.
It's a joke, Bob. Calm down.
I'm surprised he didn't show up at the door just now. Did Tom say something about me?
Cassette tapes are making a comeback, but fans of the niche medium are having trouble finding tape decks to play them in. According to the tracking service Luminate, Taylor Swift's latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, became the best-selling cassette this year with 23,000 copies sold through June 30th, indicating a growing interest in the medium among nostalgic fans.
I think it's also, if you've got a car of a certain age,
right,
you're going to have a cassette deck.
And a lot of the younger kids are getting hand-me-down cars, which are going to have a tape deck.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can probably find out what the last model year of a American automobile to have a cassette deck in it.
Does your car have a cassette deck?
It does.
Yeah, I figured because my Pilot had a cassette deck in it. I remember. Ms. Swift is not alone. A smattering of other popular artists have been releasing music on cassettes, but the New York Times notes that vintage tape decks in various states of functionality are somewhat hard to come by, while the market is still too small to mass-produce new ones. A cursory eBay search shows a variety of cassette players for sale, some of which are brand new, on sale for as little as $3. However, some are going for $3,000 to $22,000 or higher end. I know there for a while when Guardians of the Galaxy was out, they sold a cheap cassette deck at some of the the Urban Outfitters stores and stuff like that. But
I'm trying to remember that I think there's only one factory in the United States that still makes them. We used to do the early Bob and Tom albums were on cassette. I forget when we bailed on it, but every once in a while I'll sign one for somebody.
It says here,
yes,
the 2010 Lexus SC430 was the last car in the United States to come standard with a factory-installed cassette player.
What year? I'm sorry?
2010. The Ford.
Yeah, so there are a lot of 2010s on the road.
The Ford Crown, the Crown Vic was available with an optional cassette deck until the model was discontinued in 2011. There you go.
Did you have a cassette deck in your car? What was the first one you had? Did you have an aftermarket one put in? I did.
That's what I had.
Can I answer the question, or are you just going to keep interviewing yourself?
Oh, I'd rather interview someone interested.
You don't think I know that's the problem? The first car I had was the old cop car, and I did not have a cassette player. I had an 8-track player.
There you go.
And an FM converter. But the next car, the Gremlin, I did have a cassette and an 8-track and an FM converter. I had it all.
Oh, wow.
I had an aftermarket cassette deck in my little Mustang. Yeah.
This says the National Audio Company is the last audio cassette maker in America. And it also cites the movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
I had the aftermarket Blaubhunk
nice.
with the pullout.
Sure.
Oh,
so no one could steal your
it.
radio.
Sure.
You got to carry it around the fair all night.
Do you know?
Nice.
I wonder if it would be possible to explain to someone who didn't have it that when you used to tune radios in, you just didn't push a button and arrive at the frequency. You had to twist the knob and get it just so right for the station to come in.
And hence the classic, what's the word I'm looking for? Romantic move by the fellas on the ladies.
Oh.
What's that, Tom?
You reach over to tune the radio in and you get a little knee?
No, where you're dialing in Tokyo on the boobs. You never did that move. And then you make the sound effect of a radio switch. And you do make the sound effect of like you're.
Can you imagine?
Christy, you've dated a few guys. Have you ever had any guy come at you with the tune in Tokyo?
No.
It's urban. It's an urban legend. And it's tuning in Tokyo. You're not dialing in Tokyo.
And there's no way you did that.
It's an American classic.
Do you remember the first boob you touched?
Yep.
I do.
I know the current boobs I work with. Coming right back.
Tom's so funny.
We have a great happy dog story. We have raccoons, we have sea snakes, we have giant male members. It's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pup, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
Emily.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show at the Silac News Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Hey.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Salute.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Pat Godwin under the weather. Josh Arnold up to his armpits in the Lake of the Ozarks. Could be going to the bathroom out in the middle of the lake right now.
Is the tournament over? I assume it's over today, isn't it?
I don't know
I
the
think
answer.
it was a Saturday, Sunday.
Keep asking questions. No one knows the answer to.
Okay.
I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
We were talking about the apparently cassettes are making something of a comeback. And they said Taylor Swift has sold, 30,000 cassettes?
Give or take.
Yeah, and I do think it's because people have old cars. Because they don't have the sort of a collectible... I mean, when you... vinyl, for example, you're getting a nice piece of art.
Right. Yeah.
The album with a cassette, it's a little tiny package.
Which is why you didn't like cassettes to begin with.
Well, I always like the art on albums, but there are a lot of Bob and Tom cassettes floating around out there. Including some of our classic albums. But it's just interesting to me that they're making a little bit of a comeback. And it started with Guardians of the Galaxy because there was that whole mixtape thing.
Right.
Well, the best part about the cassette was the blank cassette because you could then, take your recorder and put it over the radio. And when you would hope the DJ stopped talking soon enough that you could hit record right as the song.
And you could make mixtapes.
Sure.
Or if you would hit the little tab so you couldn't record over it, but then you'd want to record over it later, so you get some tape and put it over the top.
Okay, now how many times did you get a pencil and you take the cassette out of the thing and there's tape everywhere? You take a pencil, stick it in those little gears and spin it around to get the tape back in there, or take a piece of Scotch tape where it broke and fix it. You'd be listening to the song, and there'd be this glitch.
You'd put it on the end of a pencil and spin it around.
Oh, yeah.
You could rewind it or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or you could torture your brothers by taking their cassettes and pulling out the tape.
Oh, did you?
No, I would never do that.
I bet you did.
Oh, you were a little heathen.
See, my brother was like Chick. My brother John had the 8-track home tape maker.
Oh, yeah.
So you could buy blank 8-tracks and record albums onto 8-track.
I had 8-track, cassette, vinyl, and receiver all in one unit.
And there hasn't been a revival of the 8-track. I would like to know, I'm guessing the last 8-track ever produced was probably country music.
Probably.
I'm guessing.
I have a question. We have microphones in here that we have a hard time picking up our guests on, but yet I can hear every damn sugar packet every time you do that.
Because I'm so sweet.
Is it just me?
You're just a pain in the ass. We all hear it.
Sorry. Whatever frequency that is, fortunately, I don't have to.
You don't have it, apparently.
The last major... Now, listen to me.
Okay.
Tom.
I'm listening.
The last major label 8-track tape released in 1988.
Wow.
With Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits.
Whoa.
However, there are some unauthorized releases that were made as late as 1995. 8-track tapes, but they're kind of boots, I guess. So there you go.
But again, to me, the reason the cassettes are still out there is because people have cars that were made before, 2010?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sure.
Well, why wouldn't 8-track tapes be out there?
I think Figgy has a cassette deck in her.
8-track tapes the cassette was so superior. I mean, you remember, because with the 8-track, it would be in the, you were talking to Peter Frampton about this, that which song is it? Is it Do You Feel Like I Do?
Do You Feel Like We Do? At the end, I had to make a repair on my 8-track so many times. It would go, and it would cut out, and that was the last
so
time to go right
when
back.
Peter doesn't lie for us, he likes to pause there.
Something's happening. It goes right back to the first song. Ladies and gentlemen, unofficial member of San Francisco Society, Mr. Peter Frampton. Yeah, and then you go back to that.
That's some great stuff. Okay.
It would click in the middle of songs.
Clunk.
Yeah. Ugh.
I've never listened to anything on 8-track.
No kidding?
Well, you're a kid.
Idea.
You're a youngster.
I got about 100 8-tracks stolen out of my car for love. I was picking her up from a restaurant job. And I was parked in back, and someone stole all my 8-tracks. So, of course, what did I do?
Bought new ones.
Nope, I blamed her. And
it didn't end well?
No, it did not.
Did you ever dial in Tokyo with her?
It's
Tune in Tokyo, and no one has ever tuned in Tokyo.
Bet there's some kid listening who's going to do it tonight. Hey, I learned something from Tom on the Bob and Tom show.
But those were the first boobs I touched.
I was going to say, is that the first boob you touched?
What about you? Why don't you put a what year was it? You can tell us what year. You don't have to tell us the person.
I don't remember this sort of thing, and a gentleman would never discuss it.
You don't remember the first boobs you touched.
Yes, you do.
Boy,
I bet it was in Michigan.
Not my
on
mother's.
the lake. Oh my!
I was not breastfed.
Why would anyone suggest?
Why would you
your
even
mom?
think that?
Were you breastfed, Christy?
No, but why would you even think?
Nope.
Ace?
I don't know.
Fair answer. Mr. McGee, were you breastfed by your mother?
Kind of sad. No, I was not. No.
We were born of an era where that was considered not cool.
Yeah, the industry that makes
formula
decided to tell people that it's bad for you, when of course it's not.
On behalf of all of our listeners, Christy, do you remember the first breast you ever touched?
First breast I ever touched?
Yeah.
Excluding your own, of course.
Yeah, it was in a bathroom at a club because some girl had just gotten new boobs and she wanted to show them off.
That's a common thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you got to
touched
feel
them?
them. Oh, yeah.
She was in the club.
I was in the club. You
No,
don't. You
in
got to
that
make
situation,
because I didn't know if they were hard. You know, I was kind of interested.
In that situation,
I don't know if the boobs are hard, but I
please don't be so vulgar.
What?
In that situation, did they taste any different?
I didn't taste them. Sorry to disappoint.
you got to get in there.
Dialing? Did you?
No.
You didn't do the dialing in Tokyo thing?
No.
Tuning in Tokyo, and no one does it.
Sure, it's been done. If you're out there listening, if you get a chance, pull over, email us if you've ever tuned in Tokyo and if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not embarrassed to say I'm a boob girl. I love good set of boobs on a woman.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm really jealous.
Man.
Yeah. They're very nice.
Huh.
If Josh were
I'm
here,
a fan.
If Josh were here, he would tell you which restaurant to go to right down the street here.
Is there a woman that's very nicely
What?
heavy nats?
You know. The heavy nats.
I don't know.
I'll speak for Josh when I
You
say.
have got to become conscious.
Give me the teaser.
I just love how you just skate over everything like you've never done anything wrong in your entire life. I love it. It's cute. It's very
I've made
cute.
many mistakes in my life. This includes in the realm of hiring.
Oh, all right.
See,
You
always
know
the
what?
shot,
It's always
Mr.
us.
Glib. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
Go
always
ahead.
us. That's our fault. Yeah. Coming up, we have a penis in the news. We have water buffalo in the news. We have a sweet story, as Tom mentioned, about a puppy dog.
Have you seen a picture of this dog?
I have not, but I'll look it up.
Just beautiful dog. And a hero dog.
And you don't know how much damage a raccoon can do. We'll tell you.
I know what boobs Tom touched. That's right. When Tom was just a little boy, he had Paula, the upstairs maid, downstairs maid.
There's an upstairs, downstairs, but Paula.
To help
kind
Tom,
lady, German immigrant,
find out about the world.
Elderly.
Paula would give him a shower every night until Tommy was too big to give a shower. Oh my goodness, the size of your schwanz,
It was a bath, not a shower. Paula, by the way, hers would be considered to be Zeppelins. She was
would they?
Stout, thick lady.
What would you do if you found out that all of that she wore was fake padding and she had a killer body? Just amazing body on her. Could have been the first Mrs. Griswold. Paula.
How old was she? Was older.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
she was probably born in the 1800s.
Oh my God.
Did she ever nestle you in her bosom?
No,
You were
but
being
she did teach me how to iron. That comes in handy. I'm a big fan.
What?
Yeah, she taught me how to iron.
All right.
You give me a shirt, I'll iron it for you. I've got that down.
Did she have the Coke bottle with the water in it and that special nozzle on top that she would sprinkle the water on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That little sprinkle, absolutely. And
My mom used to have that. I can remember that like it was yesterday.
then I remember when I got to college, I discovered spray starch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever do the thing where you forget what you're doing, you turn around, you come back, and your white shirt has the exact burned imprint of
Sure.
iron
No.
on it?
Never done that.
I have.
It's easy to overstarch things, though.
That'd be kind of a fancy look you could do.
The shirt, the iron shirt.
Yeah, take a shirt and for Halloween,
The
burn it.
scorched look?
Scorched it like that. That's the kind of it'll show up on one of those. Well, in Milan at the fashion show, there's 15 iron burn marks on it.
That'd
It's
make
genius.
kind of a cool Halloween if you had the scorch mark of iron on your face. That'd be pretty good.
Oh,
like somebody.
Oh, as if you were tortured. That's a very good idea.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Like
right now, it's
Saw.
time to find out about those great Raycon earbuds.
Things are supposed to work seamlessly. We know that, and sometimes they don't, and it's even more frustrating when it comes to stuff you use every day. And you know what doesn't cause any kind of fuss, by the way? The Raycon best-selling everyday earbuds. You guessed right. Raycon's everyday earbuds will connect and work with zero drama. And Raycon's latest update, they added new features to make them even more easy to use. The everyday earbuds now feature a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, lets you pair with 2 devices at once. The new quick charge function, get a load of this, 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery, and, of course, the active noise cancellation. And available in new fun colors, blush violet, forest green, classic black, and a 30-day guarantee. So if you need to return them, that's very easy as well. So stop the fuss. We all need less fuss in our life. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom today to get 20 to 50% off site-wide. That's right, get up to 50% off everything on Raycon's website. When you go to buyraycon.com/Tom, that's buyraycon.com/Tom.
They're the best. Read the reviews and get them for yourself. They're half the price of those other ones, and they're twice as good. I love my Raycon earbuds. Dog walkers, you're going to want those Raycon earbuds. Trust me on that. Now, when we come back, we've got a great dog story in the news, and a beautiful dog it is, plus art in the news, and a screw in the face, as in a metal screw, by the way. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't want to... That would have been really weird. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Business taxes. We're stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service.
Back to the Bob and Tom Show. Hi, Jeff Oskey.
Hi, Chick McGee.
You caught me.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Hello, Christy.
Sorry. Hi. Usually go with me first.
I know. I'm going to try to mix it up. Hi, Tom. You got all your iced tea and all your beverages all
You have
squared
all
away?
the sugar in it? Everything's ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I got my iced tea here. Just finished a nice decaf coffee. Thank you very much for those.
I have an update on our goalpost. Did you see this, Chick?
The goalpost that was carried down Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee, 3 miles from Vanderbilt Stadium.
That's right. The Nashville Fire Department retrieved the goalpost from the Cumberland River. It will be turned over to Vanderbilt, where it will probably be cut up for fans for a donation to the SEC fine.
Great idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah, the SEC fined Vanderbilt
Thanks, David Ewing.
$100,000, and that money has to go to Alabama because they were the opponent.
Well, they'll need it to buy handkerchiefs for all the sorrowful tears they'll be shedding. What do you think of that?
I try to be Switzerland as far as college football goes.
Oh, it's hard to do in my house.
Except Michigan. We all hate Michigan. But other than that...
Hey.
What? I'm sorry, what? What did I say?
My brother, my sister, my mom, they all went there.
That's right. You couldn't get in. That's right. Yeah. Is it possible? Is it harder to get into Michigan than it was Columbia? Is there a certain amount of veracity to that?
Well, didn't you have siblings that went to Columbia, or your dad or something?
Weren't you a legacy or something?
You're not a legacy there?
No.
Did they
New York was calling, ladies and gentlemen. And believe me, the Columbia Lions will not be in the college football playoff.
Were you interviewed? Did you ace the interview? Did you
have to write an essay?
Meet somebody? Why I want to go to Columbia?
You didn't apply to college, did you?
Well, they sort of.
Yeah, back in the day, you do interviews, you would write essays. I don't know how it is these days. I'm not sure they...
You have to write an essay for sure. I didn't have to write an essay, I don't think. I just filled out some forms and sent in my...
in the middle of writing my essay, oddly...
Maybe I did write an essay.
I got a call about... someone offered me a job on the radio. And Ohio State seemed to not mind as long as they could keep my $25,000. So there you go.
What $25,000?
The $25,000.
In tuition?
I don't know what. They said something about beer, and I'm not sure.
Okay. That seems a little steep.
It's like a beer tax.
Tommy's Pizza. I'm not sure what else was going on there.
Now, we return to the Silac news desk as we leave the Dude Wipes sports desk. Christy, what have you got over there?
A trio of beachcombers in Denmark stumbled upon a whale penis. According to the Daily Star, Miss Ren Vilsham was picking up trash at a beach in Bornholm with her friends
That's right.
Morton Gebhardt and Kenneth Nielsen when they discovered what they initially thought was the fossil remains of a sea snake.
Morty and
Have you seen this picture?
We come down and collect trash.
There you go.
There you go.
It's this thing looks like
it looks like a
it's about looks like about what 4.5 feet long, maybe.
Yeah, kind of curly on one end.
No, it's longer than 4.5, 5 feet long. I bet.
Yeah, maybe 5 feet long. And
well, what's with the curve in it?
Well, I don't know, but they soon
because
realized
it's a whale penis.
they actually had found a whale penis.
So which end hooked to the whale?
I assume the fatter one.
The wider, the thicker. Yeah, I think.
I would hope.
I would hope so.
Wait, so there's a dickless whale swimming
Well,
around
the
out in
tree
the
will
ocean?
believe it belonged.
You've never heard of the famous dickless whale? Oh, that's a great kid show.
Moby Dickless? I never read that book.
Moby Dickless.
No.
It's a funny show.
Sadly,
Teaches
Jeff,
kids about anatomy.
Doesn't it look like the front of the whale penis you could make talk? Doesn't it look like it has a pair of lips? It looks like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors.
The trio believed it belonged to a young humpback that washed up on the same beach earlier this year.
You can see how they'd make that mistake.
Yeah. The whale penis has since been taken to the Nature Bornholm Natural History Center for further research. What are they
I mean,
gonna
you
research
can
for?
certainly see how they made. I know it's, for example, Saturday morning I rode my bike into town and I was sitting in my favorite coffee shop, just sitting outside and having a Danish and some coffee.
I
And
rode my bike into town.
I'm glad you do that. Got some time
I got
for yourself?
distracted. I thought I was taking a bite of my Danish when I was just taking a big hunk of whale penis, just because it's they're so similar.
Salty?
It's been known to happen.
Yeah. And by the way, the cigar guy, go somewhere else, okay?
What cigar guy?
The guy's smoking cigars at the next table. It's obnoxious.
Wait,
He was
in the
sitting
morning?
outside.
Yeah.
In the morning?
But isn't he allowed to smoke
Yes.
cigars at the establishment? It just bothers you?
I mean, go somewhere else. Go away from people.
I like smoke.
wanna be-
I love
I don't
cigar
wanna-
smoke. It smells
Yeah, but
good
not
to
at
me.
8 in the morning.
Yeah,
You're
not
right. Not at 8 in the
7
morning.
in the morning when I'm trying to have a delicious cup of coffee. And oh, great, thanks.
Why do you think you could ever be mature enough to go over and say, "Excuse me, I'm really having a reaction to your cigar smoke"?
Well,
Would you
between that
mind
and
putting that out?
between that and the ridiculous facial hair, I should probably say something.
Oh, my goodness.
You're going to light that pencil-thin waxed mustache on fire, hipster.
Well, remember, you really do have to make it personal, no matter what you asking. Yeah.
An Australian angler reeled in a rare oarfish recently known as the doomsday fish off the Tiwi Islands.
Oh, good.
This is the second time we've had this doomsday fish in the news this year.
I wonder if that's a sign.
Well, that's the thing. They say when you find one, bad things are going to happen.
Observers
and
say
God knows if you grab any newspaper this morning, plenty of
plenty of bad stuff to
Yeah,
go
we got
around.
Here we got Hurricane Milton just waiting. The massive oarfish landed by Mr. Curtis Peterson. Observers say the oarfish have a mythical reputation as predictors of natural disasters or earthquakes, although no correlation has actually been proven. According to the Australian Museum, oarfish are believed to live at the depths as much as 600 feet and can grow up to 30 feet in length.
Think about that. A 30-foot long fish. Have you seen a picture of one of these?
They're disgusting looking.
They're really ugly.
Yeah.
As I often say, if looks could krill. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement of that.
Who are you thinking?
Dude, I was surprised. I watched a fishing. They have a fishing show on people catching tuna. Mm-hmm. Like, and those things are like thousands of pounds. Like, they hold them up on the boat, and I was like, well, you know how in the Bible they talk about Jesus performing the miracle, feeding everyone with 2 fishes?
Yes.
It's like, well, if they were 2,000-pound tuna, that's not a miracle. That's an easy feed.
No, it is because Jesus was able to put them in cans with labels.
Oh, well.
Well, now that is a miracle.
You try doing that quickly.
Good point.
Huh.
Yeah, this doomsday fish is really, like I said, this is the second one this year. One washed up, was it in Oregon earlier this year?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
And this one in Australia. And so, yeah, we'll have to.
I mean, it's gigantic. Very creepy. And they think that, as you said, this contributed to the tales of the old seamen would see sea serpents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty scary looking critters.
A reported alligator in Pennsylvania turned out to be a hyper-realistic inflatable toy. According to WHP, Miss Anlia Leon.
We're missing a letter.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Wouldn't
WHP?
Yeah, they are missing a letter.
Well, there are some with 3, though, I think.
When this must be an early TV station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. According to WHP, Miss Anlia Leon of Lebanon County spotted what appeared to be an alligator in Quittapahphala Creek and called police. Rescue crews responded to the scene, anticipating they would be removing an alligator, only to discover the reptile was not real, but an inflatable toy.
But it's not like it says it is. It's not like a one you'd see in a pool.
Yeah.
It's kind of puffy and silly. And no, this thing looks like a real alligator.
Yeah, but you ruined some gator's bachelor party. You get rid of the blow-up doll, the blow-up gator's gone.
Yeah, this thing
what a name
is
for it.
scary looking.
Yeah. Do you have any of those inflatable toys for your pool? Like a big alligator or a flamingo?
Or a swan?
Mostly the donuts.
Okay. Just
And then we have one of those floating, it's like bigger than a 4x8 of plywood. It's just this floating 1-inch thick.
Oh, the mat?
Oh, the mat.
Oh, the
yeah,
mats
those
are
are great on the lake.
Those mats
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah, they're so cool. They didn't have those when I was a kid.
They're great out on the lake.
I'm always waiting for one of the kids to slip and hit their head on the side of the pool. So.
No, what you need
boy,
is
you're just Mr.
That's
Optimistic,
why I'm
aren't you?
lifeguarding all the time.
you get a bucket of ice, you put your bottle of vodka in the bucket, you surround it with ice and put it on the mat and just float your day away.
But these things, they're very they're very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 3 inches thick.
Super cool. But other than that, we have the floating donuts, whatever they
Why
are.
do you feel the need to explain to me how thin this...
Because
I got it the first
Because
time.
I hadn't seen one forever until...
Well, you haven't been on a lake in a while then.
seen one.
Yeah. They're pretty nice.
They're very interesting. I'm not sure how the technology, what they did before.
They float. I'm
yeah, but
guessing.
but the kids, you can stand. 5 people can stand up on one.
Sure.
Oh, no, ours at the lake, we had, 12 teen
There you
boys
go,
all
yeah.
wrestling.
Well,
on
how
it.
big? How big was it?
It's, big enough to hold 12 teen boys.
It's probably 15 by 10 feet. They're huge.
Well, yeah.
Your pool must be huge.
How big is your pool?
It's about twice as big as this room. It's the size a pool should be. It's not like a jacuzzi. It's a pool.
Okay.
It's a standard size pool.
You've been there. It's
It's a normal pool.
It's not one of those dumb kidney-shaped things.
No,
it's a
it's-
rectangular pool like God intended.
Okay.
That's why God made
saltwater?
all. That's why God made all lakes rectangular.
Is that why?
Of course, you could spin at the end.
The owner of a water buffalo that ran loose in a Des Moines suburb for several days has
That's my
pleaded
water buffalo.
guilty for having an animal at large.
Wally.
Back in August, you'll recall the owner was taking the animal to slaughter when it escaped and was spotted roaming around Pleasant Hill.
That's when the water buffalo said, I beg your pardon? Where are we going?
Where are we going? We're not going out on a walk? Fans named the water buffalo Phil after the city, Phill. Police spent days searching for the animal before it was eventually tranquilized, and the owner was fined $105 and ordered to pay court costs.
It's that kind
Seems
of
a little light to me.
creativity.
$105 for all the police work to capture this critter.
The former owner gave custody of Phil and 2 other water buffaloes, now named Sal and Jane, to an animal shelter. Phil was treated at a large animal hospital for an infected gunshot wound, but is said to be recovering well. Who shot at the water buffalo? That's horrible.
They were tranquilizing it with a.
I shot the
didn't
buffalo, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
Now, because are you aware of the problems with the naming of these creatures?
No.
Well,
They
'cause
don't
a
spend-
buffalo, what you might think is a buffalo, is
A bison.
A bison.
We do not have buffalo here anymore.
You can tell a water buffalo by the snorkel.
How long? And the flippers? Yeah, flippers? Have you seen the is it Buffalo Wild Wings where there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
giant with Jason Kelsey's there
And they did go into the
Yeah.
restaurant.
and the big giant
Hilarious.
buffalo had giant wings and the buffalo goes, well, I'm here for you, but where's your brother? Maybe I could be your brother. If he really loved you, wouldn't he be here right now? See, the buffalo talks. Man, that's funny.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. So the buffalo is now not going to be slaughtered, obviously.
No, neither are his buddies. There were 3 of them in total that this guy owned, and now they're all safe in a shelter. So, good thing. It's a good story.
Wait a minute, they're keeping water buffalo in a shelter?
Yeah.
Are they set up for that?
I don't know. It says an animal shelter.
I get dogs and cats, but what?
That'd be a fun walkthrough, though.
Yeah, can you imagine?
like
Would you?
pit bull, water buffalo, pit bull, water buffalo.
Golden retriever, a doodle. What the hell is that thing?
You see the little thing on Instagram? Please adopt our water buffalo. He's been sitting in the
I'm
shelter.
surprised, what is it, Colorado, in Boulder, they should probably have one of those things to be the mascot of their water polo team.
Well, Ralphie is already the football team, the Buffalo.
But Do they have a water polo team?
Colorado Buffaloes.
I would hope so.
I don't.
Wouldn't you want a water buffalo for the water polo team?
Despite
That
they're
would be
the
so funny.
water polo team, I think they do use the same buffalo.
Well, that's stupid.
For the water polo team.
Just saying.
What's the difference between a water buffalo and a regular buffalo?
I just told you, the snorkel.
The snorkel and the flippers.
You know what? I'm having trouble believing that. Okay.
I saw a car the other day with a snorkel. Have you seen these, Christy?
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Like a
What do you mean,
4x4 truck?
Yeah.
Like a periscope?
Yeah.
What?
It comes out the front. It's so your exhaust, your intake. So if you go underwater, it doesn't suck water into your engine. It's like an air intake that goes up high. It's where people go mudding.
This was a super cool. It looked like a.
Shut up.
I have not seen
It looked
that.
like a Rover from 25 years
like
ago.
an old Range Rover. Yeah.
But it was not, but a Land Rover.
Oh, okay.
But so you can go in deeper creeks and
Right,
through
and
the water.
it doesn't suck air.
I gotcha.
It doesn't suck
Makes
water up
sense.
through your air intake.
This is a water buffalo chick. This is what it looks like.
Oh, look at the horns on that thing.
Yeah, they have some nice horns. I don't know if you'd be able to put that in a shelter. I don't know.
But see what
You
people
take it out for a walk.
You're going to
in the
get a
afternoon.
dog stuck on one of those horns.
There you are.
Good God.
Yeah, not a great week for buffaloes, really.
Why?
Didn't the
What'd I
Bills?
miss?
Didn't the Bills lose to the Texans?
Oh, yeah, they did.
It was close, though. 23-20, I think.
It was right at the
and-
last
well,
minute.
and
When
then-
it was overtime, wasn't it?
And then, well, you're talking about the Ravens last week, really knocked their dicks in the dirt, so to speak. I don't know what the names of the players were. But
Now, isn't it Dix in the Dirt, a town in upstate New York? It's near Schenectady.
Dixon.
Dix in the Dirt, New York.
Dixon Dirt, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's a nice.
I think
place.
we're okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a quick survey. Who wants more to worry about in life?
Not me.
Nobody.
Anybody? Ace? Anybody?
God, nobody
Jason behind the
does.
glass?
What are
Anybody?
you, crazy?
Yeah, that's because there's plenty to worry about right now, but maybe we can take one of those things off of your I'm worried about this plate. I'm talking about retiring. Down the road a piece, of course, but you want to think about it now because Social Security, should it still exist, may not be enough. And most of us don't have jobs where there's a gold watch waiting for us and a nice pension. That's pretty rare these days. So this is where something called an annuity comes into play, which will involve getting you a check pretty much every month. Get the details and find out what annuities are from the annuities experts at Silac Insurance. This is what they do there. And see what I'm talking about by visiting their website, SILAC.com, or just go to the Bob and Tom website where Chick McGee will guide you through a couple things about having your retirement be a little bit more comfortable and take that worrying out of what's ahead of you. So see what restrictions apply. See if you qualify. Head to SILACINS.com. Once again, or go to BobandTom.com. That's Silac, the experts in the world of annuities. All kinds of interesting stuff in this world, and you may be able to sleep a little bit better once you check this out. It's the Silac Insurance Company, proud sponsors of the Christy Lee newscast. Coming up, speaking of rescue, a great story about a dog. And have you seen a picture of this dog?
Yes.
I want this dog.
Aw.
What a beautiful dog. And also we have more news from the world of contemporary art. Coming up also, comedian Reno Collier. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to put your pro football knowledge to the test? Then play Bob and Tom Pigskin Picks every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a $500 gift card from Steven Singer Jewelers. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
So good, so good, so good. New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Fresh kicks, spring tops, new dresses. There's always a score.
I mean, the denim section is unreal.
Why do I rack? All the dresses. I always find something amazing.
Head to your Nordstrom Rack store to find can't-miss deals on all the spring things. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Money.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. What a day. My goodness. All kinds of stuff covered.
We got a
mostly tuning in Tokyo.
Do you want to explain tuning in Tokyo, Jeff Oskey?
Why does he have to do it when you're the weirdo that came up with it?
I didn't come up with it. It's a standard thing that exists in the world.
I don't think anyone else has ever heard of this except you.
I'll try to do it. It's in the realm of second base, if you will, copying a feel that that sphere, the kind of young romance, adding a little bit of. You're a funny guy. You're a great stand-up comedian.
Let's not get carried
do you
away.
have?
Hey, eat me.
Do you have?
See how funny?
Do you have fun things you do with your lady friend?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sure. You do fun stuff.
Yeah, she would love that.
Yeah. Now, about tuning in Tokyo, Christy.
Yes.
I forget why you brought it up, but it was about.
Christy,
I know why we brought it up, because I was talking about touching a lady's breasts in a bathroom at a club.
One of your friends had a boob job.
Right.
And it happened in college, right?
No, it didn't happen in college.
And you guys kissed?
I was probably college age.
You're getting
I
off
was in
track.
my 20s.
Okay.
The point is, when your friends have boob jobs, apparently this is
They
a big,
always want to show them off.
They want to show them off,
Sure.
and you gave them a quick feel to see if they were
hard.
gooey
Wanted to see
or
if they were
hard.
rock hard.
And that led to tuning in Tokyo, which is what a young man might do to a young lady, as long as they're, of course, of legal age, depending on what state they're in. That's kind of in the news right now.
Oh boy!
Dear Bob and Tom Show.
So much for having fun.
I did tune in Tokyo with my college girlfriend in 2008 at a fine Midwestern institution. I was on a waterbed. And by the way, 2008 for a waterbed that's way past its
late.
prime.
Yeah.
That is good for you, sir.
I hope you changed the water.
Yeah.
By the way, we still laugh about it to this day. Dear Bob and Tom, I have done the tune in Tokyo with my wife early on when we were in the kitchen. And he goes into some great detail about convincing her for some reason she had to hold her hands over her waist and turn around. Very funny.
Dear Tom, I dialed in Tokyo last night in the shower. I should mention I was by myself.
Okay. Is that from a gentleman?
John from Louisville.
Okay. And the idea, Christy, once again, is as you're twisting.
Yes.
And then you're pretending that you're between radio stations.
And you're getting the static.
And then you end up with one that sounds like Japanese. And we brought that up because we had the Japanese description of the
I thought you had it.
College. Oh, do I have that over here?
Yes. You played it the last time.
No, that's Dynamo.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I don't have it.
But have you ever, Christy, have you ever had anyone do the safe cracker with the nips?
Safe cracker.
Same deal.
You put your ear up to it and you try to dial the safe.
See, this is what you do. See, now you're admitting.
The safe
32 right, 40 left, and 2 right. Ooh,
But now, see, the dialing in Tokyo, Christy, what you would be doing is you would be making that sound like you're between radio stations, and then you hear part of it. And then, of course, if you get lucky, I got Tokyo.
Turn it down!
Tokyo. Sorry. Those Japanese dudes are yelling.
Why did we give the guy who has no hearing left all the controls? I don't get it.
I have no idea why.
What'd you say?
All right, I think
this weekend, this comes to us from Paul. Thank you.
Paul.
Here, it's this weekend I tuned in Tokyo because my girlfriend likes it. By the way, I don't touch the left one, though, because that turns the volume up. That could be taken.
That's good. That's very funny.
That could be taken a number of ways. Let's see. Dear Bob and Tom Show, I love listening to your show on my way to work. Today, when I heard you talk about tuning in Tokyo, I couldn't believe someone else knew about that. This is, by the way, is from Lori.
Hi, Lori.
My ex did that to me constantly.
Notice the X.
She's gone to all caps. I hated it. As newlyweds, sure, I chuckled a little, but day after day for 20 years.
Wow.
I would avoid face-to-face encounters with him.
Oh, geez.
Like passing in the hallway. So,
Oh, boy.
Once again, tuning in Tokyo.
20 years.
Let's see. Wow. Yeah, we have many more of these.
As far as Chick earlier was curious about telephone poles, how deep how they go.
And my theory was at least half as high as the telephone pole is. That's how much you want to bury to make it nice and sturdy.
According to Andy, Bob and Tom Show fan, power poles and telephone poles are set 10% of the height of the pole plus 2 feet. So a 40-foot pole would be 6 feet deep.
I wonder what the extra 2 feet's for. Just because?
Jimmy Hoffa. Because he kind of get crammed down.
So I don't know if Andy knows what he's talking about.
Sounds like he does, yeah. Cool.
Michael writes, yes, tuning in Tokyo every time with my wife. It's the only way she can achieve.
Whoa.
There you go. Well, thank you.
Nipples are very sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, so... and sometimes the sound effect, you may appear to be somewhat juvenile.
You think?
Immature.
Us?
You guys?
Yeah, you'd never see that in, one of those fancy French movies.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like
Tuning
Francois Truffaut never had Jean-Paul Belmondo.
Oh my God!
Tuning in Tokyo, the back of some.
Now your friend Christy that you got to feel up. Did she have you do the motorboat test on her?
No, I didn't do the motorboat test. This was early in the breast implant world too, so things have changed a lot since then. They were a little hard for my taste.
But some of these letters are really graphic.
Well, read them slowly.
Yeah.
Well, hit me.
This I just can't.
Go, man, go.
Jimmy writes 100% tuning in Tokyo.
Oh.
Sound effects and everything.
Okay, that's Jimmy. What does his wife think of that?
Well, then he goes into something about how when he does it, certain gravitational things may affect her panties.
Okay, well, that's tuning in Tokyo is that area. What about
down there?
Like searching for your car keys or something? How about that?
What?
I guess you could tune in.
By the way, let me just say this.
Wait a minute.
If you do find your car keys,
can I find my car keys? I'm just looking.
You could try the tuning in down there or the safe cracking. That would be very interesting.
Somebody's very excited about even the prospect of.
I think it might be too echoey.
What?
For the radio, the radio, because you got to do the sound effects.
No, you don't.
Tom, when's the last time you had a dream about
when's the last time you had sex?
Having sex with one of us.
Wow.
With one of you guys?
Yes.
That'd be never.
Never? You've never had that dream?
No, of course not.
Huh.
Of course
That's
not.
Odd.
No, not at all.
I just had me and Jeff went at it last night.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
It was so real.
Yeah.
Really?
No?
Really? A lot of beard hair in your eyebrows?
Or eyebrow hairs in my beard. Either way.
Oh, nice.
We were all topsy-turvy, Tom.
Okay.
I didn't know what was up or down.
Okay.
And I didn't care.
All right. We certainly enjoy your letters. You can reach us, Bob and Tom, at bobandtom.com. Love to hear from you on any topic. I do want to remind you that Mr. Oskey is going to be part of a great bunch of comedians heading to heading to Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm talking about Larchwood, Iowa. Larchwood, Iowa, near Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's the Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort Event Center. This event will take place Friday evening, October 25th, featuring Al Jackson, Pat Godwin, Jeffrey Oskey, and Josh Arnold for a great show featuring some of our good friends. So hope you can be there. Once again, GrandFallsCasinoResort.com. Coming right back, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car right in your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hi.
There's Jeff Hoskey.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby. Got that joke of the day coming up over there.
We certainly do have the joke of the day coming up. And speaking of comedy, with any luck on the big screen, we should be tuning in Tokyo. There we go. It's comedian Reno Collier joining us from Greater Nashville. And,
yes, sir.
Are you up to speed on the tearing down of the goalposts?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
We've been talking about that all morning.
The funniest quote I saw was when Vanderbilt won was the nerds will inherit the turf.
And a chick was telling me they carried that thing 3 miles to the river. That's amazing.
And chucked it in the Cumberland.
Yeah.
And I guess the fire department retrieved it, and they're going to be fined $100,000. And then we have determined what a new one is, like $18,000 for a new goalpost. We're not sure if that includes the install.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or the delivery.
If we get COVID again, I'll probably be the one putting it in.
Okay. Reno Collier is a stand-up comedian and a very handsome man. Your beard is looking good. It's kind of I noticed that on the lower left, it's getting a little bit kind of matching gray to the other side.
It's trying to catch up.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a thing going on. Do you trim that yourself, or do you go to a professional?
No, I trim it myself. My wife thinks birds live in it, but it's it's kind of badass. I like it. Yeah. I can't do like a real long one. Here's what it is, dude. It's falling out up here, and I think subconsciously I'm trying to have people look down here.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah. So
I really don't care.
You're trying to distract them from your forehead. You're doing great. You got a lot of hair up there.
It's all right,
looking good.
It's coming out, but
you look
I don't care.
You look like a Civil War general.
Yep.
Dude, I hear that more than you would ever know, my friend Jeff Ospey. On a daily basis, I'm asked to read letters to home.
I think the contemporary glasses take away a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No. Do you need
Are these contemporary?
Relatively speaking, I was considering an insult, but implying that
Bring it. I don't care.
Implying they were out of fashion, but I don't know anything about glasses. All I know is that there was a style in the early 80s where the bar on the side came down and attached at the bottom.
Yes.
And everybody, remember this, Reno? Everybody had their initials in the lower corner. That was the stupidest thing. And
little rhinestones.
I forget which one of our guests said he went to see Ronnie Millsap, and Ronnie Millsap had RM in giant letters on the two glasses.
Christy,
he was blind, you see.
You're the glasses expert. Don't those look like ladies' glasses that Reno's wearing a little bit? I think they do.
They're men's. I got them at Sam's Club.
Okay.
Well, okay.
All right.
They're men's glasses.
They look like maybe it's the lighting.
They're gray, right?
They look
like
a little
hair?
light purple to me.
They're gray like my hair. Yes, Christy. And the lenses are bald like my forehead.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
I did not say bald.
Now, Reno,
your name is Chick, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's good.
Reno, do you wear them on stage?
Nah. I can see they're the three tier ones, like far away.
Trifocals.
Progressives.
Yeah, and I can see well enough to not wear them on stage. I don't like them. They bother me, but I read these things, so it's,
Well, but Christy, progressive and Reno have never been used in the same sentence.
Except for insurance.
Very angry when he talks about progressive on stage.
Somebody gets angry. I know that.
Reno Collier is our guest, distinguished comedian. And Reno, I don't have your schedule in front of me. I apologize.
No, it's all good, man. I got it. It's October 17th through the 20th. I'm at the St. Louis Funny Bone. Or October 17th through the 20th. And then October 24th through the 26th, I'm in Chattanooga at the Comedy Catch. Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, while I'm at it, a real quick one. Greg Warren in Louisville at the Comedy Caravan, 10, 11, 12 with Willie G.
Oh, fun.
All right. And,
nice.
Greg has that great new podcast out there. I certainly would recommend that. And you also have a podcast, right, Reno? Check?
No.
I thought you were doing...
Yeah. I did a bunch of Sober Talk that you can get anywhere that podcasts are done. I go in. They're really fun, man. They're not as funny as not a comedy thing as much, but it's
So it's much like this segment so far.
Public service.
Yeah, it's exactly like this, except every once in a while someone says the word alcoholic.
But they do it anonymously. They
Hey,
don't
I
say who they are.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Do you? What was your drink of choice back when you were a drinker? May I ask?
Coors Light with a back of Jack Daniels.
Okay, now do you?
Holy hell!
I was just reading about this. I was not aware of this, but they have brand name booze without the booze now.
Oh God!
Which is weird to me.
They're not a sponsor, right?
No.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Do you drink any of the alcohol-free beers? I know those are much more common.
No, hell no. That's the last thing I need is that rooting around in my head about how good it tastes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay off of it, man. And whatever I don't want to say the names of them.
I think it's great if people like them. That's fine.
Yeah, that's great if you like it. You're not going to get drunk and you're going to pee all the time and you look like a raging alcoholic. Just drink a Diet Coke and who cares?
Okay.
You know?
Similarly, in the world of smoking, there are all kinds of different things. You've got the patch. And you've got those
Nicorette gum or whatever.
Zen.
Yeah, a friend of mine goes through a whole pack of that Nicorette gum every day. He never is not chewing it.
Wow.
What is the Zyn? Is that a pouch?
It's a packet. It doesn't have any tobacco in it. It's just nicotine.
Just the nicotine. Okay, so that's
and
better.
you just stick it in, and no one can tell it's there. You can swallow it. It's not the packet itself, but they're easy, dude. Yeah, you can hide out with those. No one even knows they're in.
Did you ever try any of that stuff?
I did all. Well, it depends on if I'm talking to my friend Tom or to my health insurance company. I'm not absolutely not, Tom. I'm anti-drinking, anti-smoking.
Yeah, well,
never tried either one of them. Don't care for them.
No, I know, but you do have your podcast about sobriety.
That's just to help other people. That has nothing to do with me, Tom.
Is there one to quit smoking? Is there like a bunch of people talking about how much they loved cigarettes back in the day?
I can tell you this. If someone's doing a podcast about stopping drinking, they will not say don't smoke. Because outside of any group of people that quit drinking, they are sucking down lung darts like freaking Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Can you smoke at AA meetings?
Outside. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't go. But if I did,
sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
That's always my favorite, Reno, when I drive by a church at like 7 o'clock at night and there's 19 guys outside just chain smoking, and you're like, oh, there's an AA meeting in there tonight.
Well, whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Episcopals are tearing it up out in front of that place today. What's going on in there?
I see. Okay. Well, Reno, are you ready to do a little speaking? Or
yes, sir, I am.
Are you ready to do a little speaking?
Well,
Countrified take?
Let me just say something real quick, Reno. The reason I worded it that way, we have a story coming up, and I don't know if any of you guys saw this. When I saw this, I started laughing. The president of Argentina is being accused of stealing a speech from that TV show, The West Wing.
Yeah.
Obviously translated.
Yeah, but he did it in front of the United Nations General Assembly.
Hilarious. So anyways, I just want to say, to preface your remarks, none of these remarks were written by Aaron Sorkin.
No.
That's right.
Is that okay to say that?
Not one.
Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
Sir.
You can go now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So as you know, I live in the South, and the South is known for gossip, almost like it's ingrained in our DNA. Now, I don't know about in the men, but as far as I can see, it's everywhere. So many conversations start with phrases like, don't tell anyone I told you this, or you ain't gonna believe what I just heard. And whatever comes out of their mouth after following that, ooh, it's gonna be juicy. I remember we had just moved into a new neighborhood, and I came home off the road. And when I pulled up in front of my house, there were a group of women in a pack staring at the house next to me, circled with police tape. There was an ambulance, a fire truck, and like 7 cop cars. The women were visually upset. I walked over to them and asked them, what in the hell happened here? The first one spoke up. Well, You didn't hear it from me, but that man in that house was having an affair with Cindy across the street, and his wife came in and just started shooting up the place.
Wow.
Cindy came running out screaming. The wife just kept on fire until Cindy got in her house, and then she took off into the woods. Cindy should have known better, but hell hath no fury like a Baptist woman scorned. I walked over to the cop putting up the police tape, and I asked him, "Did y'all catch Cindy?" He said, "Who's Cindy? Is she the one that walks the dogs?" I said, "I guess that's code for screwing around with cops, huh?" He said, "What's wrong with you?" "There's a woman that walks his dog. She went to take him for a walk and found the homeowner at the bottom of the steps. He slipped and hit his head. She ran across the street and immediately called us." And I'm like, "So no gun? No cheating on his wife?" The cop said, "Well, he was 92 and lived alone." "Were you talking to those hens over there?" "Oh, God. Yes, sir." "Well, there you go." Now, I feel like those women should be ashamed of themselves. It's disgusting. That poor man isn't there to defend himself anymore, and they just ramble on and on and on with no repercussions. For instance, Josh isn't in the studio today. He's on a fishing trip with his brothers. I mean, I guess if you want to call going to a furry convention a fishing trip, that's up to you. Look, that's none of my business. I'm not here to speak out of turn. I mean, when Josh tells me there is no Bob and Tom show without him, and he's sick of backpacking all y'all, look, that's between you, not me. That's between you and the hundreds of other people he said that to. I mean, sure, his ringtone is "Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show, starring Josh Arnold." But that is his personal business. I mean, is it weird that he has a calendar hanging in his garage and each month has a different picture of Jeff Oskay going to the bathroom at a different rest area across the country? Of course it is. It's disturbing. But that doesn't mean we should talk about it when he's not here to defend himself. For God's sakes, the poor guy has 6 nipples. And quite frankly, that is nobody's business but his and the 6 micro wrestlers he has living in cages in his basement. So look, I say collectively, let's not start rumors about people that can't defend themselves, and let's stop the gossip. In the words of Josh Arnold, I love to shoplift. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country.
That's known as slander because it was spoken on. Hey, thanks, Reno. Once again, Reno Collier, Chattanooga, coming up the 24th and 25th. And then it's also, what is it? It's called the Comedy Catch. And all the way through, all the way through the 26th. So check out Reno Collier. Thanks, Reno. Always
Thanks,
a pleasure.
guys. Have a great week, everybody.
The beard looks very nice. Right? Anyone going to agree with me?
It does.
Okay, good.
Of course it does.
Thank you very much. I look across the way. Speaking of great-looking beards.
Thank you very much. You ever felt a sense of unease when you leave your house, Tom? And you're driving down the street.
Yeah.
Did I leave the door open? Is there a cat in the refrigerator? Well, with Simply Safe, your worries are pretty much over. I needed a security system about 10 years ago, and I did some research. I did the legwork. I went online. Which is the best? Simply Safe. That's right. It's protected my compound for about 10 years now and exceeded all my expectations because Simply Safe has Fast Protect monitoring and LiveGuard protection. Simply Safe agents can act within 5 seconds of receiving your alarm and can even see and speak to intruders and stop them in their tracks. And Simply Safe has been named Best Home Security System by U.S. News & World Report for 5 years running and offers the best customer service in home security, according to Newsweek. So, protect your home with 50% off a new Simply Safe system plus a free indoor security camera when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Thank you very much. Coming up, we'll hear about Argentina plagiarizing the West Wing, allegedly. Also, a screw in the face, the kind, that you turn with a screwdriver. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
BTW, FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an adjustable implant, 68 milligrams radio pain. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
critiquing myself.
Yeah, you were.
That was okay. You all right over there?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Just doing some research over here.
All right.
Found out some interesting stuff.
Fair enough.
Christy Lee is over there.
The Silac News Desk.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And the Chick McGee's at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. What are Dude Wipes, you ask? Well,
Dude wipes are your chance to get away from toilet paper. Horse and buggy toilet paper. Come on.
Crass.
Huh? Ben Franklin used toilet paper.
You don't want a crassy ass.
And he made a kite out of it.
Hang on a second.
New, by the way.
What did you say?
You don't want a crassy ass.
What did she say?
Crassy ass?
I said you don't want crack attack. That's when hours later.
I like crassy assy.
Oh, where you have toilet paper stuck in there?
No, what the hell? What are you doing back there? No, it's never mind.
Dump your toilet paper roll because wet cleans better than dry. Just makes good science. Try Dude Wipes for the best clean. Pants down. It's like a delightful shower in the middle of the day. Dude Wipes.
Thank you very much. Coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. But first, the lady in the camo over there is Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What's happening?
If you're just joining us, you missed Reno Collier. But when we had Reno on the air, we were talking about speeches because the Argentinian president, Javier Milei, has been accused of plagiarizing a large portion of his speech to the UN General Assembly from a political drama known as The West Wing. According to The Guardian, the political columnist Carlos Pagani first raised suspicions that Mr. Milei's speech bore extraordinary similarities to a monologue from the show's fictional president, Josiah Jed Bartlett, portrayed by
Martin Sheen.
That's correct. In episode 15, show's fourth season.
Oh.
This isn't the first time the West Wing appears to have made its way into political speeches. Former British Prime Minister Theresa May faced similar accusations during a 2017 conference, and in 2020, Australian politician Will Fowles was also accused of plagiarizing Bartlett.
Chicken Man!
Do you suppose that obviously these people all have speech writers? I can't imagine they would know this.
The speechwriters?
No. I mean, this president,
oh, you think
whatever.
the speechwriters did this and the president did not know it was from that?
Yeah. Because they're going to get nailed, especially now.
Yeah, you
with
can
the internet.
check it so easily.
Isn't there, or did I dream this, that the college professors and things, they have something, there's some sort of app that you can plug a term paper into, and it tells you if you're being plagiarized or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, because it would be so easy to do now.
Yeah, and also I with AI, presumably you could say, write a paper about T.S. Eliot's influence on blah. Who knows?
Although I've become quite taken with Mr. Sorkin. I pretty much love everything he's ever done. I don't know how that happened. But
Didn't he write the famous speech in
Newsroom? The start of Newsroom with
the
Jeff
one
Daniel?
with Nicholson, and isn't that him?
Nicholson.
In
Chinatown?
Oh, no. You can't handle the truth. You want me on that wall.
Is that Sorkin?
I don't know. I think it might be.
Just kind of funny that. Have you seen a picture of this guy?
I have not.
Aaron Sorkin? He's a good-looking guy.
No.
Aaron Sorkin, the president of Argentina?
Oh,
no. Javier Milei? I have not seen a picture of him.
What's his last name?
Milei.
I'm not joking. Jeff, can you get up here and look at this? This guy, he either has on a terrible wig. He's the guy. Look at this thing. I mean, it looks like a fright wig, and he's got sideburns that would make Martin Van Buren jealous. He doesn't look insane.
Yeah, that's a weird.
What the hell is it with the hair?
I mean,
dude?
Who's the comedian that
Oh,
did that?
boy, yeah, that is not a good look.
Who was the comedian in the 60s that had the huge head of crazy hair?
Gary Muldeer?
No, but I mean, it's like a big poofy.
It does have some hair, man.
It looks like a helmet of hair, but it also looks like it would be easy to. That's like a wig, right?
Yeah.
If I saw this picture, I would say it was Benny Hill with a wig on. It looks comical.
Look how tiny his hands are. Check those out.
How do you?
It's kind of weird.
Maybe it's the angle of the photo.
No,
in any event,
tiny hands and a little penis is what I think. Okay.
Well, back to you, Christy Lee. Do we have this sweet? Can we do a sweet story?
I'm doing it right now. Authorities in Washington State are praising a 13-year-old dog who led deputies to her injured owner. According to the Stevens County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Wright was patrolling a rural area when he came upon a dog sitting in the middle of the road. The deputy tried to get the dog into his vehicle, but she refused, and a check of the surrounding residences failed to turn up an owner. When Deputy Wright returned, the dog took off toward an unmarked roadway toward a cabin. The deputy followed, ended up discovering an elderly man lying on the ground calling for help. The 84-year-old who had fallen and injured his leg would have faced serious consequences were it not for his dog. It turns out the man's dog, Gita, G-I-T-A, is a 13-year-old rescue dog and best friend of the gentleman in trouble, according to the Stevens County Sheriff's Office. Black and white doggy, cute.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Look at
baby.
Gita.
I don't think...
Looks like he's part spaniel or some
shepherd.
Just a beautiful rescue dog. He's got all kinds of different fur, different color
long
fur.
hair.
I don't think my dogs would do that unless I came up with some pretzel peanut butter nuggets. Then maybe they'd go do something for me.
This is like an episode of Lassie, though.
Sure.
What a smart dog.
Why don't they have another TV show about a smart dog and friends and
like Lassie?
Whatever Lassie was about, yeah.
There is one.
Was that big
There
crime
is?
and stuff?
It's called Hudson and Rex.
Hudson and Rex. There you go.
Rex is a police dog.
I smell Emmy. Is that right?
I think you'd like it.
I wouldn't.
If you never saw Lassie, Lassie was
a collie.
Yeah, a collie, of course. But they lived near some kind of
mine
mines every week.
God knows where they had forest fires. They had the mine collapse.
They had wells that would collapse.
They had no color in that town at all.
No
Everything
color.
was in black and white.
Yeah, everything.
It was crazy.
And did you know
well, except the people.
Oh,
and mostly white.
Yeah. They were all the Lassies were male dogs. And this is true. They would wear a doggy merkin
to cover up the wing.
To cover up the old.
Cover up the wing.
I'm not sure why they did that, but that's what.
Why couldn't Lassie be a boy?
The name like Lassie would have to be Laddie, I assume.
This looks like a Canadian production.
It is, yeah.
Hudson and Rex. Yeah, I know. I recognize.
Yeah, they ain't making crap like that in America.
Yes, they are. Is it good?
Which one's Rex?
I guarantee you
Rex
it's
is
not.
the dog.
Rex is the dog.
Yeah.
And the detective is Hudson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like fun. Well, time now to check in with
Hey,
Ace
I'm not
Cosby.
done looking over Hudson and Rex.
Will you look it over while we listen to this?
Oh.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
What can you serve but never eat?
What can you serve but can never
I have a
eat?
guess.
What?
But I'm not going to guess. I don't want to ruin the joke.
What?
A tennis ball.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Well, that was pretty obvious.
So these are these are like fortune teller
Fortune cookies. Yeah.
Fortune cookies.
That's a good one, Ace. Thank you.
That's a good one, Ace. Thank you.
Well, we got this on the Facebook today. Somebody asked, "Does anyone know someone who installed football goalposts?" The first response is from Paul, who says, "Try Willie's Goalpost Emporium. I heard they sell them pre-installed." Which, for those of you on the Willie Waterbed Warehouse train,
they arrive at your home all put together. That's exactly right.
Pre-installed.
A family in Brooklyn says a family of raccoons caused $100,000 worth of damage to their home. According to the New York Post, the animals ran wild within Alice and David Zelensky's $1.2 million Brooklyn home, causing mayhem. They reportedly defecated and urinated throughout, chewed through HVAC ductwork, as well as new electrical wiring and ate insulation. The damage was described as, and this is the Post's words, not mine, a rampage of poop.
Didn't they open for corn?
Yeah.
In that last tour?
Alice Zaleski told the Post things came to a head early one morning last year when the raccoons came bustling through the HVAC access panel in our master bedroom, and we decided it was time to take legal action.
Oh, God.
After 3 appeals, a judge finally ruled that the owner of a neighboring vacant home from where the animals were gaining access needed to close up any access points. So they were running from the house next door into their house?
I'm assuming they were attached houses.
Oh,
In Brooklyn,
see.
they're probably,
like
it's
a double?
probably a bunch of rows.
Yeah, like a double.
But $100,000 in Brooklyn, that'll buy you, I don't know, what, a covered garage for a month and 4 lattes.
I don't know, man.
Those raccoons can be destructive.
We've had them here. We know.
I got a whole bunch of them in my yard.
In your yard?
Yeah.
Raccoons?
Yeah, they live. I see them all the time.
I have a couple of raccoon traps if you need them.
Yeah, remember the raccoons killed all his chickens.
Yeah, I used to.
They have
to trap raccoons.
They have thumbs.
What do you do with them?
I drove mine out to a car auction place and let them go. Let them go in their parking lot.
Nice.
Is that right?
They could eat the
eating
the undercarriage
13
wire.
Or 14 of them.
Hang on a second. The next time you have to do that, can I get in on that? I'd like to see that. Okay.
Well, the catching them's the easy part. The release is the scary part.
I was going to say.
Because
they're
not happy,
They are
they?
not happy.
Yeah, they're mad, man.
If you're thinking about relocating a raccoon, another thing I learned is when you put them in your trunk, they release all of their insides into your car. So then your trunk boot is pretty much.
They're not.
But when you release them, I found I brought a shovel and I put a shovel in front of the trap so they can't escape out. Then I opened the door because it's like a door you have to almost reach into the cage.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's.
And then I open the door and I pull the shovel out and I run like a girl across the street to the other ditch. And usually they run the other way.
Right.
Oh,
but I had one run at me and I got the shovel ready, but it.
See, are you kidding? Who would want to help him do this?
No,
it's fun.
That's a party, man.
The only problem, you got to do it at like 11 at night after the other place is shut down.
Oh, absolutely.
So
but at least you're not, throwing them in a river or something.
No, I'm
no,
not.
that's if the auto place doesn't work.
Why wouldn't you just release them back into the wild? Wyatt Auto Car Place.
That's the wild. I live out in the country. it's far enough out.
Okay.
Nice place to park. Okay, thanks.
Honestly, that's why it has a nice pull off on the side of the road.
Gotcha. Boy, it turns out a young guy who had complained about a mysterious bad smell for 2 years. This is a young boy, had a metal screw stuck in his nose.
Was his name Philip?
No, Flathead. Alan. Oh, no,
Alan Flathead.
Either one would work, I think.
The unnamed 7-year-old told his parents he was experiencing a bad smell but was unable to describe it. His parents initially ignored his complaints, but when they became more frequent, they took him to a doctor who found a mysterious black mass in his nostril.
Hey now.
The foreign object was surgically removed, and after cleaning off several layers of nasal secretions and dried pus, doctors determined it was a metal screw. He has since made a full recovery.
Boogers.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You're in the operating room. You think it'd be just like, when you're on those things, you're up on a ladder.
Ugh.
You say to your girlfriend, I need a screwdriver. You're balancing up there. She brings a flathead. You need a Phillips. You think the doctor removing the thing is, do we have a screwdriver? Go get one of the maintenance guys, get a screwdriver, and he brings you the flathead.
Ain't it always
I need a Phillips. That's the first rule of being a handyman.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Christy Lee.
Certainly.
Now, it's a fun time. I will mention the fun that Chick McGee had with the Shoe-In of the Week. A big week for you, all posted.
Oh, yeah.
And you did a great job. This past week, what was the record for you this week?
7-3.
Yeah.
7-3 for the week.
Very, very nice. And you picked against Travis Schaefer. He picked 4 of the games, and I believe he got 3 of the 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And I'll remind you that you can get in on the action, if you will, with some special picks. We'll be talking about those coming up tomorrow. Right now, Willie G talking about having some fun with some prize picks.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible for all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less than their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play. You can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect. Last week, 2 out of 3 of my picks hit, but I still got paid out with flex play from Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code TOM and get a $50 credit instantly when you play only $5. That's code TOM on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Thank you, Willie. Have some fun with Prize Picks. We got a link at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
It's time to rewrite the vacation rules. With Royal Caribbean, your family can look forward to just about anything. Break the thrill barrier, roaring down the tallest water slide in North America. Jump into breathtaking jungles and jaw-dropping coves. Vibe off the charts on our private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And end the day knowing things are just getting started. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
That's me on harmonica. Good morning. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy and Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby.
This is nice.
Chick McGee at
We
the
just
Dude
listen to
White
this for a while.
Sports Desk. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just sit around.
Very nice. Right.
Pass a J around.
Pass a J. Did you
Enjoy.
score a lid?
And enjoy the
Is that
rest
what you
of the
did?
morning. Maybe I did. Brother.
Now, we have a couple things to get to in the world of... You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. I'll remind you of a couple quick things. We have a special show coming up. It's going to be featuring Jeff Oskey, who's right there next to me, Al Jackson, Pat Godwin, your host Josh Arnold at the Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort at their event center. Information's at grandfallscasinoresort.com. The evening in question is a Friday night, October 25th, and this is near Sioux Falls in Larchwood, Iowa.
Can't you talk normally?
What do you mean?
The evening in question. Just say what night it is.
It's Friday night, October 25th.
Thanks.
There you go.
The evening in question.
What, is it unquestioned? What are they questioning it for? Is it on trial?
In the year of our Lord, 2024, in the Commonwealth of blah, blah.
Well, it's not a Commonwealth.
There we go. Here we go again.
It's a distinction that I'm sure...
State.
I'm going to just stink you until you're unconscious.
Idle threats from the ignorati.
Man, that's a good word. That is a good word. The ignorati. Hell of a word.
What's the difference between ignorati and ignoramus?
I think it's
one
singular.
of them, one of them I made up,
and one of them's in the room with me.
I remember they used to call the
yes.
Probably can't say this, or I think about it.
Okay.
It's a variation on literati for ladies.
Oh, clitorati, yeah. Time now for Today in History.
Doesn't that sounds like something you'd get at an Italian restaurant?
Oh yeah, I'd order that.
Could I get the clitorati? No cucumbers. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Today in history. Let's try October 7th.
None of these are working for volume. What the hell? Huh. Oh, that worked. Okay.
Let's see. That's kind of interesting. The moving assembly line made its debut at a Ford Motor Company factory in 1913.
Huh. You can have any color car you want as long as it's black, right?
That's right.
That's what he said.
1959, the USSR.
Back
in the
USSR.
Great song. Luna 4 space probe was able to see the so-called far side of the moon for the first time.
The lunatic
He's in the grass. Okay. By the way, did you see that Pink Floyd sold their catalog for was it 400 million?
And I think they got took. I'd start at $1 billion, right?
I don't know.
I think that'll do well.
Wouldn't you?
But
well, money's going to have to be for
someone will
Charles Schwab or something.
Yeah, some bank's going to undoubtedly.
It's a hit.
1971. It's quiz time, Christy Lee.
Yep.
The movie The French Connection.
Oh boy.
Came out.
Man,
what year?
71.
Okay.
Did you pick your feet in Poughkeepsie? You sat on the edge of the bed and you picked your feet.
I did not see this film.
Oh, okay. Famous. Did you see it, Mr.
I was
Roski?
11 in 71. I was into the Brady
Bunch.
What's your question?
I was asking who one of the stars of the film was.
The French Connection, a star.
Gene Hackman.
The answer would be Gene Hackman.
Oh.
And the other guy, Frenchie Short.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. That's very, very helpful. 1982. I'll give you a second chance.
Okay.
Christy. the stage play version of Cats, C-A-T-S.
Yes.
Not K-A-T-Z?
No. Okay. It's opened on Broadway. What is that based on?
What is it based on?
Yeah,
a bunch of cats.
What's the source?
What is the source?
Source material.
I don't know. It's a play about a bunch of cats.
The source was a T.S. Eliot
poem,
book,
right?
some poems. Which can you imagine? Because I don't imagine the T.S. Eliot state would rake in a lot. Famous poet.
Wait a minute, that's not right. It was Dr. Seuss.
No.
Cat in the Hat. Yeah.
No.
I actually saw Cats, not the Broadway version, the touring version.
Can you guess when I went to see Cats what I didn't like about it?
Everything.
There was one particular thing that I didn't like. And anyone who knows me will know this
the
answer.
movie or the play?
The play.
The play. Cats.
I'll give you a hint. You're sitting there minding your own business.
Oh, they come out in the audience?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden there's a cat behind you and everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
You didn't know there's a cat behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, it's Artie, the actor, is not a cat. And
so you didn't like it?
Wouldn't that bug you? Or have you seen it in person?
No.
No, he is not a fan.
It didn't bug you.
I like musicals. Not that one. Yeah, it's based on some. Can you imagine you're getting the amount of money that would bring in over the years?
Kitty cat.
Happy birthday, Joy Behar.
Oh.
Wow.
She's my favorite.
You hate her.
Where are we
That's
on
what
her?
She was born in 1942.
Does American love her or despise her?
He doesn't like her. I know that.
Did you ever meet her on the comedy tour, the world there? Did you ever bump into her? No. Wait a minute, 42? So what is she, 80?
Yeah.
Whoa.
82.
Holy hell.
82?
Is that right?
That can't be right.
Well, no wonder she's so crabby.
No joke. She's all dried up.
80.
I'm sorry. From the clitorati. She's all dried up.
All dried up. Tom.
Yep, she's 82 years old.
Well, she
God.
has the best view on The View.
She looks great for 82. I have a new respect for her.
A view of what?
Well, she doesn't have to look at her.
She doesn't, unless there's a mirror there. She doesn't.
Sorry. Happy birthday to a friend of the show, Johnny Cooper. John Mellencamp, born in the state of 1951.
Oh. Happy birthday, John.
He's overdue. He needs to come back and say
Yeah, he does.
We have, this is a great guy, 1955, Yo-Yo Ma.
Oh, he can play a cello, can he?
He's a brilliant guy and a great player, of course, as well.
Can he play anything else, you think?
Yeah, probably any stringed instrument. Probably any instrument, actually.
Don't know, maybe.
I'm not sure. I think if I saw at the record store, if there was such a thing, Yo-Yo Ma, the ukulele years, I might stay. This guy can do anything.
You think he could sit down and play the cello like he would the guitar?
Probably.
Without the bow?
He's obviously brilliant, but he's also really witty and very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Highly.
Oh, you act like you've seen him.
One of your favorites, Tom York. Aren't you a big fan?
I'm alarmed at how many Radiohead songs I like.
They're
okay.
Last week was Kid A's 20 year?
20th or 25?
Yeah, something like that.
One of those.
Such a great album.
It's pretty good.
And happy birthday to Simon Cowell.
Oh, he's very successful.
Oh, inventor of the
One Direction.
The head covering.
Yeah?
What?
Oh, the cowl.
The cowl?
Batman, where's that?
Yeah.
It's named after him.
And then he got a cowl neck. He got a nice turtleneck out of the deal.
Oh, I do like a chunky sweater with a cowl neck.
I
do.
I don't even know what that means, and I'm glad.
Of course you don't.
You don't know what a chunky sweater is.
You don't know
with
what a cowl neck is?
I don't
it's
own
like
a sweater.
like a big turtleneck, only it's a
I
big
hate
loose
sweaters. I
turtleneck.
haven't owned one for 40 years.
And no sweatpants either.
Nope.
That's why our relationship never worked. You didn't want to lay around the house with me.
That's correct.
In our chunky sweatpants.
Hate sweatpants. Do you wear sweatpants?
Nope.
Why don't you wear sweatpants?
I'm not a fan.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't put your wallet in them.
Yeah,
they
no.
fall out. They're slid. To me,
You
they
don't
just,
need anything but your phone now anymore anyway.
your phone's going to flop around in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm with Tom on this.
Yeah. Now, well, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to send us your love letters or whatever. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
Michael Rosenbaum and his Smallville co-stars take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
We're going to watch every episode.
Join us. It's Big Talk.
You remember when I had to shave my head?
Oh, I think I was angry with this one.
On Smallville.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
The scene you did, and this is the one that got me fired. Okay.
What?
Here we go. I love the excursions with me and Welling.
It's everything that Superman stands for.
It's Talkville.
Talkville, we always talk about it. It's a great thing.
The Smallville Rewatch Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.